Ladies and gentlemen, your host for tonight's show
is not even here. What is this? This is really sexy. Jazzy. I kind of like it.
I think he said it was the lounge version.
Lounge?
Yeah. It's too bad James isn't here. He could tell us.
You want to see him? Look. Oh, the host isn't even fucking here. Isn't that hilarious?
Quite the picture, though, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Casual Friday here on Blackballed.
It's been a couple, hasn't it?
I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Lindley. That's my beautiful wife. She's another one of the hosts here. That's Ashley Lindley.
Hi.
And again, the esteemed James DeFiore in his fine. Tell us something poignant, James. Right, yes. James went out for a quick butt, but I'm like, you know what? We're already late. Let's just start the show. So we're starting the show. Yeah, it has been a minute, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell?
No.
Where the fuck have you been?
We lived together. I think you know pretty well where I've been.
Yeah, it's been busy.
I've been with you.
It's been crazy. I know James was down in Minnesota. I think he was getting prepped for the primaries or whatever the fuck is going on down there with that absolute clusterfuck.
Minnesota.
Okay. It's my favorite accent in the world is the Midwest U.S. accent, by the way. I'm sorry, but I don't know why. It is so comical to me. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. Doesn't matter. They could be, 14 kids died in the orphanage fire.
It's a real shame there, Merg.
And I'm sorry, but I'm going to, before I feel empathy and feel bad for the dead kids that are burning in an orphanage. Absolutely, 100%. But like, come on. Where is that?
Could you take the pep out of your step a little bit for the delivery? Could you?
Yeah, it's like everything is just so whimsical.
Yeah, somehow, right?
It's kind of like the Western New York accent. Another one that's my favorite. Remember Lockport, Gambino, Ford?
Oh, my God.
625-8181. Come on down. We got free hot dogs on Saturdays.
That is horrendous.
I got lots of American friends, and it's always like, you guys got that Canadian accent. It's like, there's no, shut your fucking mouth. Yes, Alberta has one.
A little bit.
The West Coast does have an accent. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it from you, America, about accents, because it's the contrast between the Midwest, the East Coast and West Coast is crazy. The whole California surfer dude, the California accent.
Yeah.
We always make fun of the California accent.
Yeah, okay, I guess. Like that cool
drawn out. That guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, James, welcome to your own show.
Thank you. I thought we'd start,
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to start.
Did you say Minnesota? Because it was Milwaukee.
Oh, was it? Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought it was Minnesota. Milwaukee's just as bad. But Minnesota, that accent fucking murders me every time I hear somebody that's like a native Minnesotan. Is that what it is? Minnesotan?
I don't know.
I don't even know what they would be.
Minnesotan?
Maybe. Yes. It's very, very Euro of you.
Yeah.
No, that accent for some reason sends me every time I hear any. I was saying to Ashley that it could be the worst horrific news story, but if it's being talked about from somebody from Minnesota, I'll laugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
14 kids went off the cliff there in the school bus, and they all fucking died. And I'm losing my mind. And I'm like, those poor kids, but I'm crying laughing at.
We were gonna do a potluck.
Potluck.
We're gonna do a potluck about it down at Merrick's house.
It fucking drives me nuts.
Do you remember that woman that
made
did
a salad?
The impersonation of Sarah Palin on the Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
all she did was
Tina Fey.
Yeah, Tina Fey. All that was a Fargo accent, as far as I was concerned. Like,
and you know what? I'm sorry, but
I can see Russia from my house. Like,
in the entire history of SNL, that was the best impersonation that has ever been impersonated on that show.
It was
100%.
really good. It was.
She was so good.
Did you know that we're just the same people?
What do you mean?
Tina Fey, Sarah Palin,
Oh, yeah.
and myself.
Yeah.
It's just that chronic same border collie face thing. Like, what is that?
That's a Minnesota.
But only one of us is funny accidentally.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not disparaging the people. I'm disparaging their accent. Okay, I'm sorry, their accent is fucking
Sure,
ridiculous.
some of you are lovely.
Yeah, no, I guarantee you, there's like very beautiful people that have come out of Minnesota.
I'd love to come to your potluck and eat your salad.
It's your goddamn voice that drives me fucking nuts.
Got no problem with you, Barb.
It's just so whimsical and it's so cartoony. It's like I can't take you seriously when you're talking to me.
We have weird accents like that in Canada too, though.
Oh yeah, the East or the Alberta accent is my favorite.
The Alberta accent is funny.
Yeah, bud.
The Ottawa
BC's
Valley
got a
accent
weird
is
thing.
kind of hilarious too. The Ottawa Valley accent is like Alberta light, but it's still
Alberta
sort of
light.
there, you know.
It's that, and it's the way they say certain words, like the word camp. Camp.
Yeah.
It's comp.
Comp.
Yeah,
See,
they have a little
that's
weird.
like a BC
We're
thing.
we're
Pants or
comping,
pants?
comp.
Pants.
Like it's
Pants.
so
I've got to
fucking.
put my pants on.
But it sounds like I'm overdoing it, and I am when I do it because I can't nail it. I can't.
I've never
nail
heard
that.
anyone say how about that though. I've never heard.
Right,
I don't-
camp.
Yeah, no do to
Camp.
boot it. Like,
Camp.
like I guess other people can hear it on us, but we can't. Like I grew up like completely uncultured, thinking that we didn't have an accent. Like we were the only country without an accent. And someone looked at me one time in college and they were like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" And I'm like, "Well, we don't have an accent. We just speak like normal English." She's like,
to everybody else.
"Dude,
you do.
everyone has an accent. If you speak and talk, you have an accent." And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah, our English is just a bastardized
setting-
version of like actual English.
Our-
yeah, we're
Army
like
Chris
the
is in the
Quebecois of English, right?"
Army
Yeah,
Chris is in the
kinda.
comments and he's getting mad at me, so I'm gonna send him a link. So if you want to come and like defend yourself here, Chris, you're more than welcome.
Oh, great, you brought the army.
Can,
Yeah,
can I say nice things about
Now we're in
Milwaukee though?
trouble.
I want to
You
say
mean
nice things about
Milwaukee?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee,
Algonquin.
Milwaukee.
Every Alice
For the
Cooper
good land.
like reference is like every single person I know is like, "You mean Milwaukee?" And I'm like,
I
"Yes,
have
Alice
to.
Cooper. I mean Milwaukee." Like,
We're not worthy.
but
It's
first
in your
of all,
email, Chris.
The proportion of women with tattoos there is like nothing I've ever seen, ever.
Oh, really? Is that a
It
thing?
is like honestly, you'll be talking to Aunt Gladys with pearls, and she'll reach for the salt, and there'll be like skulls on her fucking forearm.
That's
Like,
gangster. I love it.
it is so gangster. It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
She's got the death skulls from like the Hell's Angels.
Totally. And so the
Would you like
proportion
more
is-
pie?
Yeah, and I've talked to women and men in Milwaukee about this, and they're like, "Yeah, I guess so," because it's Harley Davidson's headquarters are in Milwaukee.
Yes.
And so it's known for motorcycles and beer. So who's the close cousin of both of those things? Tattoos, right? So it's like
Yeah.
just one of those places. I went
Yeah,
back to the
Cooper.
Untuck It store and I got another shirt, so that was good.
Untuck, it's great, isn't it? Aren't they
It is.
fucking awesome shirts?
They are amazing. They are
We should
really
get
fun.
them to sponsor this. They like to sponsor podcasts and radio shows, just so you know.
Oh, do
Seems
they?
like you do genuinely like those shirts.
Yeah, they are
I do.
nice.
I
They're
very
really
much
good.
do.
Yeah.
So
Do you hear
this
that,
fight-
Untuck It? We like your shirts.
Yeah,
Big
we'll send
fans
it.
over here.
We'll clip this. We'll get Optimus or whatever that fucking AI thing is, edited thing to clip the Untuck It shirt, and they'll probably get some
Now-
profanity. We'll get fucking.
Yeah.
Do they only make men's clothing?
I don't know. Did you see any women's clothing when you were there, James?
Because
No, the only women I saw in that store were working there, and the wives
And
of
they
the
had
husbands-
tattoos.
and they all had tattoos. And then the wives of the husbands were like sitting on the couch on their phone and be like, "Not that one, honey." And then they kept on changing clothes. I walked in and I said to the lady, "I need you to boss me around and tell me what looks good to me." She's like, "Well,
That's
what are you
what I
looking
do with
for?"
my wife.
And she's like, "Well, what are you looking for?" And I'm like, "Whatever you fucking tell me." Like, I'm honestly needing you to tell me, because I don't want to like
Hold
walk
my
out of here with
hand.
something. Yeah. Plus, I gained a little weight, so I'm like, it just has to be dark.
Obscure me.
Yeah. I don't want. I need to hide the extra 20 pounds that I put on. So,
Don't show the dirt.
yeah. These aren't love
Sure
handles. They're shame pockets. I don't know what the fuck. Whatever you want to call it. I feel like I've swallowed.
Shame
like-
rails. Shame
Yeah.
rails.
Yes.
I'm very gross and
grips.
bloated
Shame grips.
myself right
Yeah.
now, so I feel you. I'm all
Yeah.
love handly and sad today.
Oh.
That's why she's fucking all she's shot out of a cannon. And I swear to God, if one person says the wrong thing to her tonight, it's going to be fucking fireworks, and I can't
not
wait
gonna be
for
me.
it.
I had a decent
It'll probably
decent
be me.
week.
It will be you.
We're
fact-
we're in a big transition at work right now, because it's the end of the school year.
Right.
Yeah,
and that
yeah. Today was the
actually-
last like official day of the actual school year. There
Yeah,
wasn't
for,
it?
for the board that I work with.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of stuff crammed into a week when I normally have like a fairly mellow day with like a split shift going on, and it's just been like I can't explain to you the amount of paper I've been surrounded by. So I'm just, and then after the paper is the children, and then after the children comes the paper again. So it's just been this wild cycle of stuff all week. And then I woke up today and I felt like a giant bag of trash, and I was like, all right, it's casual Friday, let's go. I am hilarious right now. So we'll see where it goes. I don't know.
I'm just
sounded
gonna
like
keep.
Ryan's
I'm
voice.
gonna keep egging her on. It's gonna be so good.
Try to tread lightly. It might get weird.
Say my name. Yeah,
It's been a while. We were talking about like we haven't done a show in like 3 weeks. It feels
Yeah.
like it's been.
I was in
It
Milwaukee.
is.
I was
for
in
one,
Montreal,
and then it was Father's Day, the
Yeah.
other one, and now here we're back again. I want to just stay on Milwaukee for a second because I had the funniest thing. So I went there to like lay the groundwork. I have my pass to the RNC convention. I
Good for
also
you.
have a pass to the DNC convention in Chicago, which is going to be, I think, it has
explosive.
it has the potential to be completely historical for really good and really bad reasons. But I'll get to that in a second. The
America.
Milwaukee thing. So I'm staying at this hotel, the Homewood Suites. This is the hotel. If
I
you
like Homewood
recall.
Suites. We have one here in Hamilton. They're actually
You
nice.
do.
Well, do you recall when last time I went to Milwaukee, there was no staff there, and I ended up working the front desk?
Yeah.
Yeah, and didn't you
Yeah.
also like comfort somebody that like their mom died or something?
Yeah, that was the trip before that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
James
Woman
only does
was-
one memorable thing each trip.
That's right.
Every time I go to Milwaukee, something crazy happens. So this time, the crazy thing that happened was I don't know if that's crazy, but so I go out for smokes, right? Smoke in my room with the shower on because what's the point? So I go outside.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm sorry. I want to
Yeah.
come back to this, but I didn't know that was a thing until we ended up at in Niagara Falls for the wine festival, the Ice Wine Fest, and
Yeah.
Emmeline taught us that trick about smoking with the shower on
Yeah.
in the bathrooms.
Yeah,
I had no fucking idea that was a thing, and
I
it
learned that in
worked.
high school.
I had no idea. I used to just make sure that I got a hotel room that had the ability to open a window.
Oh, yeah. That actually pushes the smoke in often. Yeah.
Ah,
But anyway, so I would go out for smokes, and I noticed that I was going out roughly at the same amount of, like at the same intervals as this other gentleman. So I start talking to him, and he's like the delegate president of the Trump campaign. Like he's the president of the delegate committee.
okay.
Right? So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Start talking to him. He's like, yeah, I can get you into like really interesting press events if you want, because we talked about. He's like, what do you do? And I'm like, listen, I'm just a small time podcaster from Canada.
Mhm.
I have my own little company called Blackballed Media. I'm here to cover it, and I'm not here to take sides. I'm just here to like talk to people. I'll talk to anybody and just get their ideas and thoughts about the election and issues
Right.
and whatever. And he sized me up for like a good 10 minutes asking me all these questions. And then finally I stopped and I'm like, I'm not planting a flag, anti or pro Republican or Democrat. I don't do that. Like, much to the chagrin of people that I know, but I don't do that. So he was like, wow, that never happens here. in
Fucking
the United
chagrins.
States. What's that?
Fucking chagrins.
Yeah, I know. But then, so then the second last day before he left, he had his phone on. I'm like, listen, like, why don't you send me an email? I'll type in my email, and then we'll be able to stay in touch. He's like, no
Mhm.
problem. And I was like, anyways, I never got your name. I'm James DeFiore. He's like, I'm John Tate. And I was like, the fuck? Where do I know that name from? So I went back to my hotel room and I Googled him.
Yeah.
He was convicted of bribing a U.S. senator in 2012 to endorse Ron Paul. And then he got convicted of something else,
Oh,
some
shit.
sort of like fraud thing. And he was pardoned by Trump.
Of course he was.
You would make a shifty friend.
Of course he was.
And then Trump hired him, like, in 2023 to become a political consultant on his election campaign.
Of course he
And
did.
I'm just like, okay, this is the opposite of comforting a woman whose mom died, but it's still in the same universe, right? A little bit.
Oh, I love it.
Something.
So I'm gonna be hanging out with felons, pardoned felons, when I go back in a couple weeks. So
Speaking of comforting half-dead senior citizens, let's welcome Army Chris to the panel. Army Chris.
What's going on, boys?
Holy shit.
what's up, buddy?
That's my favorite Albertan, and he's here to give me shit for making fun of the Alberta accent.
You don't have a fucking accent, bud.
I told you, Canadians don't think we have accents. It's just the way it is here.
I've been cutting up meat all day, man.
Makes us just as bad.
It's
as
good
the
to see you,
Americans.
Chris.
You guys too. Hey, listen, I today's the first day I turned on my central air.
Oh, wow.
Fucking glorious. Like, how have I not lived with this?
Like before,
How
like,
have I
yeah,
not had this? You know what I mean?
we've had ours on intermittent. Like, it's off today because we got a beautiful breeze. It's 21 degrees
Yeah,
here
today's
today. It was a
gorgeous.
fucking perfect
No,
day
Ontario,
yesterday
you
and
need
today.
it. Southern
We had
Ontario,
a
you
friggin'
have to
heat
have it.
wave there, bud.
Dude, we were
That
in
was rough.
40-degree fucking territory for like
Yeah,
the last
so when
3 weeks.
One day was 44. It was
When
ridiculous.
I came back from Rome, Italy,
Oh,
he world traveler here.
when in Rome.
it was hotter in GTA than Rome.
That's disgusting because
And
it gets
fucking
hot.
And I was only in Pearson. Thank God I didn't go outside. But when I got off the plane, you know, you get that weather transition.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, it's fucking hot here, man.
How long was
Milwaukee
your
was like
layover in Toronto?
Longer than it needed to be.
So and that's the thing when you got that stopover, you can't leave for a dart, can you?
No, I'm hammering on this fucking nicotine vape thing, like, or inhaler. It's like legal.
Yeah,
Like it owes me money. Like just God.
He's sucking on
Or
it.
you
like-
owe it money.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like
pretty,
you owe
I owe
something.
it money. It was it was pretty rough, pretty
It was
embarrassing.
in an alleyway. He found it in an alleyway.
Little plastic white thing of shame. It was
Somehow
yeah,
just
oh.
standing on its own.
Yeah, that's the one that
My
your
mom-
mom,
yeah,
your
my
mom's
mom
using.
uses those.
Yeah, her mom quit smoking this year, and we used to call her 2-pack for sure
So proud of
because
her.
you can guarantee she was smoking 2-packs,
Wow.
right?
Yeah,
and
she's a G.
she's doing a great job. And one of those little plastic tampon applicators.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's
Tampon
perfect.
applicator.
Yeah.
Hey, it got me through
Put it in
14
your
hours
mouth.
of misery, man. So
Good.
Glad to hear that. At
you know,
least.
what are you gonna do, right?
How was your Euro trip?
It was good. It like here's the thing. It was a veterans reunion thing, for lack of
Nice.
a better term. So it doesn't really matter where it is. People are like, "Oh, you're going to Italy." I'm like, "No, we're just landing in Rome." Like, I've been to Rome. I don't give a fuck about Rome. You want to see the Vatican? Like, unless we're gonna blow it up. Nope. So,
I'm
fucking
too
move
old for
on.
the Vatican.
Sorry for all you Catholics watching.
No,
I'm not gonna get
please,
laid.
More of
Yeah.
that talk, Chris. Please, Jesus.
Yeah. Anyways, like I'm not gonna go to the fucking. Oh, let's go see the greatest fucking pedophile harboring fucking organization in the world. Sure, no, I'll pass. We walked because I've been in Rome before, right? So it was,
Yeah.
it was just a stopover, and then we went to the party. So it wasn't like it's not like a Euro trip. I go to Europe a lot to meet all these guys. So if I'm gonna go there to be a tourist, that's a separate trip. This was more of a, my organization's trip. And
Yeah.
but I got a fucking cold and I'm still shaking it.
Yeah, you sound like shit.
How was the
Yeah.
food?
You're welcome.
You know what? Here's the funny thing. I got in a fight, James, with this guy. We went to this because all we hit was Irish pubs. Because when in Rome, why would you go to a fucking right? I hit 4 Irish pubs, and
Just have one fish
Oh,
dish.
that was good.
they got their fucking menu of the day, and I see carbonara. I'm like, okay, I want carbonara. And Ryan, I don't know if I sent you a picture of this or not.
No, you didn't.
If I send you a picture of this,
I
you
can
guys
put it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
just
it
give
egg
me 2
noodles and
seconds.
ketchup? Did you
It
feel
was
like you should?
fucking
Can you
deplorable.
email it to me though? It's easier if you email it.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Was it not a carbonara?
But you ordered carbonara at a Irish pub in Rome. Like,
In Rome, that's the best
Well, it's
part.
near the
Hey, right?
Vatican, so
My
shit,
did you
grandmother
just
had
expect
meals.
every
She would've
kitchen to
been
be
a
able to like,
Viking.
whip up
exactly what that
gourmet
is.
spaghetti? You know,
Where do I get this?
not
Okay,
fucking
I'm
carbonara.
gonna send you 2, Ryan.
Okay.
Okay, because there's a good one and a bad one. I'm gonna tell you the first one's the one I got into a fight about, like almost in a fist fight with.
Oh, I want to fight you for not eating properly while you were in
Yeah.
Rome.
Oh, that's so.
To be honest.
we ultimately did.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. This is fucking
Was it the
brutal.
curry at the Irish pub?
That's right. Yeah.
I like a curry.
It was a
at an Irish
kebab
pub,
shop
but I'll do it here.
outside of the Vatican.
Kebab shop. Do not knock.
They're called Pope
kebabs.
Pops.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you don't want to
Pope
order
Pops.
street meat near the seminary. That's all.
They
I know.
yeah. Well, they
Yeah,
just want.
you get him in a minute here.
Put-
Anyways,
The napkin that it comes wrapped in.
the
looks like a
first
little
one was
hat.
looked like some shit that came out of one of those fucking sidekick bags.
It's.
And I fucking lit this guy up, right? And he's just like, this is how carbonara is, and everywhere in Rome. I'm like, the fuck it is. This is my first time in Rome. This is
Oh,
You didn't even sound Italian. This is
plastic cheese
carbonara
sauce.
is wrong.
She sounded like a Russian mafia guy, right? I mean, you're not from here.
I'm already looking at these. Sorry, guys. I
And then
gotta.
the second one was really good, but it could have fed a small Vietnamese family. It was a fucking mountain. So I'm like, dude, you want to argue carbonara with me? Fuck you. I'm like yelling. All these Catholics are walking by, going to the Vatican on tour. There's nuns and shit. I'm like fucking yelling at buddy, going, fuck you. Fuck your
James, are you
fake-ass
ready to
Irish
yell?
bar. Fuck your fake
Yeah, I'm
Irish
ready to
bar.
yell.
Fuck your shit ass
I want to yell at Chris
carbonara.
more for eating at an
Are
Irish
you, are you
pub.
ready to yell in Italian?
I don't know how. I can only have
Oh
sex.
yeah,
in
James, you
Italian.
can. I ate.
So what are we looking at here?
That's the good one.
That's the good
That's
one.
the real. That's the real deal.
Yeah,
Carbonara.
You can
It's
tell that
made-
that pasta is like raw pasta
Yeah.
too. Like it was
made
it was
with proper
well.
eggs and not parm. They use what the fuck's the other cheese?
Like I can't wait to see the dishes
Romano?
at the Irish pub because those dishes look good.
And I couldn't finish. That was really good. That was the last night, and we stumbled upon that place because on
All
the
right.
last night we were in the middle of fucking nowhere. Now the
All right, you
first
ready?
one.
You
let's
ready
go
for
to
this one?
The fucking.
This is so good.
This is the one. This guy's trying to fucking sell me on this shit.
That looks like somebody
Look,
made Kraft
what
dinner
the
and threw some
fuck
bacon
is
in it.
that?
What is that? What meat is that?
That's
That's
not
bacon.
the proper
That's a
fucking meat.
lardon.
It's lardon. Yeah.
That is garbage on a plate right there.
And
That is
dusty-
like mac and cheese, but at a
That's what I'm
Hilton.
saying.
I know, out
It
of a
looks like
bag.
somebody,
Look at that cheese
somebody
sauce.
made
That's
mac
not
and
carbonara.
cheese and threw some bacon in it. They had
That's
left over.
all I ate, and I sent it back. I said, "Just bring me another beer and fuck this shit."
That looks disgusting.
It was.
How much
fucking
was it?
horrible.
How many euros did that cost?
I don't even remember. Like 9.
Oh
11
God! So it was
maybe.
like $20.
Chris,
Yeah, it was 20
Chris
bucks.
blacked out while he was screaming. He doesn't know.
That
Oh,
was
that's
day one,
gross.
so we were a little tired. We're like, "What in the fuck is this, man?" I lost my shit. But
How long were you there for, Chris?
week, a short trip.
Yeah.
In and
And
out.
so, can I ask, like, when you do reunions with the guys, is it just like Canadian Army guys or other people that you met?
No, there's 7 countries worth of guys that go there, and the
nice.
location changes every year. So this year it was in Italy,
And how
and
many people?
in a town called L'Aquila, which is straight kind of northeast, a couple hours from Rome, in this little tiny ass town south of L'Aquila, like fucking tiny town.
Dude, that's
that
near
just-
where my ancestors are from.
Yeah, so they just had an earthquake like 5 years ago, and they abandoned the center of the town. They could film zombie movies in there, and then just fucking
shit.
move, like over there.
Or
And,
you could open
See
up an
what's
Irish
become
pub
of your
there.
people, James?
You could open up an Irish pub. So there was about 300 guys that go to this thing every year. So we do.
I
it's
saw a
always-
video of it once. Chris showed me some videos that they had taken that don't get posted anywhere. Like it's just one of
No.
those. I was lucky enough to see it, and you want to talk about a fucking event? Like there was so many people there. Like it was. I was blown away by the amount of people that attend this, and it's like, wow, that's a fucking event. Like
That's
that's
the
a
thing. Next year it's in Norway. So
You should try to find the Italian restaurant when you go to Norway.
No, I'm gonna find a fucking Irish pub, man.
Yeah.
I go to Irish pubs everywhere I go.
always find the
we
Irish
went
pub.
to
Listen,
an
I
Italian
ate-
restaurant
to
in
be-
Mexico.
To be
and
honest,
it was the best food.
so did I. Actually, in Puerto Vallarta, I had in Sayulita, I had very good carbonara. I always
See?
test everybody by their carbonara.
Just saying, there's certain
But
places where they
meatballs.
do
I-
other people's
test-
food well.
I test every Italian restaurant by their meatballs.
Meatball?
know
Yeah.
First thing I
I-
order, I'm like,
I agree with that,
give me an order
James, because
of side of
a
meatballs.
good meatball is hard to do.
If you
and,
fuck up the meatball and make it dry, I'm probably not going to order.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
probably
agree with
gonna-
that,
Yeah.
man. And I've
Good
fucked up
happen.
meatballs a lot. You think it'd be easy?
That's a good
not easy.
benchmark, actually. You're right.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
The same as ribs. Ribs
Oh,
and
God.
meatballs, man.
Yeah.
They're hard things to nail down, and I've perfected neither of the two.
None of
just
us
a
ever
good-
perfected.
even just
That's
a
the
good
best
rating.
part about what we do. When
Continues
it
like
comes to
everybody
food.
else thinks it's good, and you're like, no, it's shit.
I learned that breadcrumb. You shouldn't be afraid of breadcrumbs and milk in good meatballs. You just have to use
fucking
the
jury's
right
out on
amount.
that. I don't know.
See, I use milk powder because the milk powder actually is the binder. The protein in milk binds things, right?
So do you skip the breadcrumb and go with just milk powder?
No. You use the breadcrumbs. Absolutely, 100%. There is room for breadcrumb in a meatball, just not overly done.
Yeah, you don't want to do the country method where they do half and half.
Yeah, it becomes a meat loaf at that point, right? But no, I learned something, and it was funny. I was doing fish and chips, and I found a really awesome batter recipe for the fish, and instead of just like ice cold water, because the colder your batter is, the crispier your fish gets, right? So that's kind of what you're supposed to do. So a lot of people use beer.
Trust me.
Use all the shit, right? Like whatever. But the chef said use milk because the proteins in the milk actually help bind the batter to the fish. So the same thing goes when I make sausage. One of the things that's in a sausage recipe for the meat mix is milk powder, and it's just to get that gloopy, sticky. Like you need a certain consistency to make a sausage proper, so you get that snap.
Gloopy and sticky, man.
It's true. I'm sorry, but I don't know how else to fucking say it, but it's true.
It's better than dry.
Yeah, and the consistency of
that.
They don't want your sausage dry.
Over dry. No,
and the consistency of the sausage actually becomes
weird direction.
Becomes better. So yeah,
you're gonna have to send me some of these recipes. I've never made either meatballs or sausage. I've never made sausage, so I don't know.
What a fucking
milk powder.
This fucking host, eh?
What?
Yeah,
host?
He just fucks off. He does that all the time. I remember one time, fucking, he was so high, he just fucked off and never came back, and it was his own show.
Yeah, he does that constantly.
Like a couple years ago.
It'll happen again tonight.
Yep.
Like it happened like 4 times in the last year. So he'll just leave. My Starlink isn't working. He blames Elon Musk for all of his problems in life.
Milk powder conversations are going to get blazed.
It's because we're talking about food.
So what are you guys doing for a long weekend?
Nothing, actually. It's nice. We actually don't have any crazy plans for the long weekend, which is good. The following weekend, though, we're supposed to go up and visit James.
Okay.
I don't know if that's still a thing yet. He's like 3.5, 4 hours away from us.
Holy fuck, that's like halfway to fucking
Ottawa.
Nowhere.
And then we have plans the weekend after that as well.
For what? I love learning things.
Natalie and Mauro are going to come up.
That's called marriage, bro.
I'm sorry?
Natalie and Mauro are
Oh, I'm hosting a dinner apparently that I'm just learning about.
Man. Good for
we
you.
have nothing set in stone yet either.
Oh, it's okay. I like them. It's okay.
We just went to their wedding. We can probably have them for dinner.
What are you doing? You got plans?
Okay, so fuck, I didn't want to tell this now because this is so redneck Alberta fucking stuff.
I love
What
it.
are you shooting this weekend?
Yeah. What are you shooting?
No. I'm going to my buddy Brad's
What
trailer.
are you protesting?
He's going to his trailer, which is not on a lake. It's an ATV RV park.
Is it on the side of the road in Coots by any chance? Or
it's on the side of a fucking road, but it's north of here. Anyways, I just picked up some tenderloin today and just finished butchering it. You'll see pictures later in the group chat.
Beautiful.
And I found this, speaking of food, there's this new Chef John recipe. It's a Japanese style, triple seared. You take, cut them to 8 ounces, filet mignon, cover it in fucking sea salt.
Oh, hang on.
Sear it,
Hang on. Keep talking.
Yeah. You cover it in sea salt for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Or sort of cover it in sea salt, sear it for 2 minutes. Comes out, goes into a Japanese whiskey bath for a minute.
Oh.
Then you sear it again, 2 minutes aside. Then it comes out and goes into a fucking soy bath for a minute. Then you sear it a third time. And I'm like, I'm fucking trying that. So I'm doing that for Buddy's birthday. He does jambalaya on Saturday. And then Sunday night I'm cooking for his birthday. So that's my weekend.
I just came, just so you know. Like I just,
I'll send you some pics and
I'll get the towel.
The video always makes it look good, so we'll give it a go. I'm like, fuck, I'll try that. I've never done it that way before.
Oh,
and
nice.
that's my weekend. I'm coming back Sunday. Or I'm coming back Canada Day.
Yeah.
To shoot off illegal fireworks as we do out here in Boredom.
Of course.
There's the bird.
You buy them down at Uncle Willie's Fireworks fucking Emporium.
Yeah.
And then they get
them at the res.
They give you the big disclosure. You're not allowed to fire these off in the city. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about that.
Absolutely not.
Boom, 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 boom. It's supposed to be raining, so I don't fuck around if it's like hot and tinder dry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like crazy rain here tomorrow, but then the rest of the Sunday and Monday is supposed to be really nice. So I'm thinking
tomorrow's beautiful, and then Sunday's kind of rainy, and Monday's kind of. We have had a perfect balance of rain and sun this year. So I don't know when this fucking heat wave is showing up, but yeah, I'm launching fireworks off my yard. As I get older, in my 50s, I kind of ignore more and more stupid laws that make no sense to me. You know what I mean? Right, like this is a dumb fucking law. I'm not doing that. It makes no sense. It's like it's not. I'm not talking about the core laws like fucking robbing banks and killing people and shit.
So that is not a representation of Alberta.
I don't think I'm a benefit to anybody.
There we go. No, so yeah, I'll be blasting off some fireworks. Maybe.
Do you have like a plan for like a little do or
no? Not the ones I used to do. It's because I'm going away. A lot of people are gone this year.
Yeah,
and it's Canada's fuck because it's on a Monday. So like everybody's gonna work Tuesday for people who have jobs. So I don't know. It's my friend's birthday. I'm gonna cook up something and just.
Love it.
Light some shit on fire, burn some garbage as we do out here in Canada.
Love it.
That's about it. But no, the weather's been fucking great, man. Perfect. Like my lawn's coming back to life. It doesn't look like Kandahar anymore.
Good for you because we're having the opposite effect. So the other day, I swear,
rain.
We got a little bit, but it comes in spurts and it's not enough, right?
No.
So like the other day, I swear to God, if my neighbors were looking out, it was piss pouring rain, but I knew it was only going to last for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I still had my sprinkler on my front lawn the whole time, so I could just get it soaked. Mm-hmm. And it did. It helped. I could tell by looking at it yesterday and today, it's actually starting to like bounce back a bit, but holy fuck. Our weather is
crispy out front.
It's like it reminds me of Florida. So when you're in Florida and it rains for 45 minutes and fucking in the afternoon and then just it goes away and it's humid and hot. That's what it's been doing here.
That's very weird, man.
So tomorrow though, I haven't seen this in a long time, but the actual forecast from the Weather Network tomorrow says 100% chance of rain tomorrow. And it's supposed to be like 40 to 50 millimeters. So I'm
I don't know,
looking forward to that.
I don't know what's going on out here because for the last 3 months, we've been preaching this fucking hot summer, dry, like the last 2-3 years have been.
Yeah.
And up to now, touch wood, it has been the perfect mix. 22, 23 during the day, raining at night, rains a couple days, nice and sunny. Like
lucky for you.
Yeah, it's nice.
No, it's fucking perfect, man. So there's no fire bans, none of that shit's going on. And I just hope it continues for the next 2 months before we go back into winter.
Yeah,
Cassie, I think, is in Manitoba or Saskatchewan. I can't
Yeah,
remember
she
where
went
Cassie is.
University of Brandon.
She too wet or it's a drought. What's that?
Cassie, yeah, I spent lots of time in Shiloh. I wonder what year. That was in the late 80s and early 90s. So I don't know how old Cassie is.
Cassie's our resident farmer, Western farmer.
I wonder if I could hit on her in encounters in like 1989.
Probably. sounds like something you would do. Manitoba. Thanks, Cassie.
Okay, so there's 2 bars. There's 3 bars in Brandon, Manitoba.
At an Irish pub. He hit on her at an Irish pub in Manitoba.
Irish pub now. They have an Irish pub.
Carbonara wasn't bad.
We're like at a fancy fresh restaurant in Manitoba.
There was Encounters. Yeah. There was the Unwinder, and there was Houston's. And Houston's is the fucking redneck bar. It's still there.
Oh, wow.
And Encounters and Unwinder have changed names like 98 times since then. So... But I went back to Brandon a couple years ago, and I was like, "Wow, this place is still a fucking shithole." Get the fuck out of there, man. Yeah, no, I spent lots of time in Shiloh, Manitoba, and Brandon back in the day.
Nice.
Thank God those days are over. See, had I applied myself, I would have worked for NASA, but I didn't. So I joined the Army.
Oh, you know what I learned?
I thought you were going to say if I would have applied myself, I would have made it all the way to Winnipeg.
Yeah, fuck, no kidding, right? I could have joined the Air Force, man.
I learned something about NASA this week.
Did you? What did you learn?
Get this. Okay, so imagine you're an astronaut, right? Like today, like
I've trained astronauts.
So you're ready to you're an engineer, whatever the fuck you are. You're a physicist, whatever qualifies you to be in that suit in the cockpit of a rocket.
Yep.
What do you think the starting salary is for a NASA astronaut?
I never asked him that, and I trained like fucking 2 years worth of guys.
Just throw it out. Throw a guess out.
110.
I was going to say 150, but
150. Ashley,
This is great. This is
It's going to be like 48,000 or something, just because.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be lower, and that's why we're even having this conversation.
Or it's like a
$84,000.
Yeah,
to start.
I was gonna guess 75.
Those guys
so.
were all like physicists. They were making more
84
money.
grand, and it tops out. There's a cap because it's a salary grade, right? Like it's graded what they do. It caps out at like It caps out at like 140. You imagine you put your fucking ass in a tube that is filled with oxygen and hydrogen that's about to get ignited and send you to the fucking moon, and all you're getting is
but they're getting all
$100
that.
there,
They're
though.
getting all that Tang sponsor money. Like
That's
you know,
true.
Yeah, I get
Who?
sponsors, man.
or
Who becomes
Air Jordan or
astronauts?
something.
They all wear Jordans up
What do you
there,
mean?
right?
Scientists.
Scientists that want to
Actually, so
become
it's a balance.
astronauts.
Yeah.
It's a passion. It's
But
something.
there's,
that you want
Pilots
to
are
do.
like that
It's-
too, though.
It's
Airline
exactly. It's like of course there's occupational hazards.
Yeah, but there's money to be made in
It's a
pilot,
little
being a
There's a
pilot.
30%
terrifying,
mix
right?
between pilots and scientists in NASA astronaut program.
I'm just
I
saying
just- I
that,
think
that
the
it's
space
underpaid, and the only
exploration
other thing I
is-
can think of that is that underpaid are airlines.
You can get your thought out in a second,
I
Ashley.
know.
Sorry, I've only spoken 17 seconds this show so
I
far.
know you.
Maybe
You
because
keep
you
leaving.
don't come to your
Just
own
keep
fucking
fucking
show.
off to do a fucking smoke a J, man. There's nothing
Anyway,
wrong with that. It's your
sorry.
show.
What were you saying?
I'd be more entertaining if I wasn't getting attacked constantly. Go ahead, Ashley, please.
Listen, sir. I think there's something that's a little bit kind of magical about space exploration. Like we are still figuring this out. People have no idea what's really going on up there. There's always new shit to find. And it's super cool to like be one of the first people to be like, I was up there, I saw that shit, I got to help name it. Like it's special. So it's like, yeah, whip me around in the tube. I want to do the thing. Give me whatever.
thing.
I
So-
don't care
yeah,
what
but
you're paying me. And it's like if you're paying somebody enough that they're living comfortably on, with an 80K salary.
Do you guys know
like,
anybody on the ground
cool.
to talk to the International Space Station?
But we'll get to Ashley's point, though.
I feel like they're busy and they probably wouldn't want to talk.
Yeah, but why? But why? You see, you're the problem.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
the problem. Okay.
Taylor Swift,
Okay.
you're the problem, and let me tell you why.
What the fuck?
Because of what you just said.
Tina
That's
Fey,
what
not
people
Taylor Swift.
That's what people fucking rely on. Well, it's their passion, so we don't have to pay them.
80K is not getting paid.
Not for.
Oh no, that's way too low
position.
for.
I'm
to be an
sorry,
astronaut.
but you're a doctor. You have a PhD that you spent fucking $500,000 on in university, and they're gonna pay you $80K to go to the moon.
I'm the problem, not the educational system that makes people pay money to earn the degree. To
But
save
that's
the
where
lives
we
of
are.
people.
But that's where we are. So then
There's
they should
countries
be.
that have
your
people
pay
that go to
should-
school for free. And they're happy.
It's also
And then they
such an
become
exclusive
doctors
club.
and scientists and astronauts, and they get paid $80K a year, and they don't have a fucking $1 billion in student debt because they live in Norway and life is baller.
Okay, folks. Okay, do you know why
There's
astronauts
places
are
that it
underpaid?
works.
Hang on.
Astronauts are underpaid because of immigration and Joe Biden. That's why. If I'm elected president again, I'm going to pay
Wait.
them $300 trillion a year.
Delaware.
They love me.
voting
They
for
love
this guy.
they love me more than
America.
they love Biden.
Stewed prunes. America.
I'm
there
guessing
is
that's
no-
Are these
Biden.
the
You're doing
sponsors
Biden,
again? Is that the
yeah.
sponsor?
There is
list
no show, Saturday Night Live, anybody who can satirically do better than the actual fucking debate. None. How do you top that?
That's a good segue, actually. I know James wants to talk about this, so that's
Really
kinda
Yeah,
quickly.
no,
perfect.
it's,
I'd
it
like
was
to-
exactly what it was exactly what it was expected. And let me preamble this quickly because I know that
Please
there's people
do.
out there.
You would.
Um,
See, she's sparky tonight, buddy. I'm telling you, watch out.
I like-
She's
I
got
like
her
it better.
blankie and
Let's
she's all
not talk about
fired
it.
up.
Let's just keep going with it because I like it. But the idea of that this debate was going to be anything other than it was. I'm so tired. This is the preamble. I'm so tired of listening to people like, "Come on, you know that Biden's better than Trump." That is the wrong question. That is the wrong.
Nobody's
fucking way
asking
to
that
look at it,
question.
right?
Well, there was
Morally,
no de-
he's a
there-
better
there-
human being. Yes.
They didn't have a
Sure.
debate, so let's be clear.
But the
That's not the
reality,
question.
but the
It's not the
reality of
question.
America, the reality of America, is that they're going to look at that, and there's a lot more people who are kind of like shrug Trump vote than you think. Like the exit polls. I'm just going to be a nerd here for a second. The exit polls in the election that he first won in 2016 showed that millions of voters, their second choice after Trump was Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Bernie.
And
Bernie
the opposite was
Feel the
true as
burn.
well. And the opposite was true as well. Bernie Sanders voters, millions of their second choice was Donald Trump.
4% of the 20% of the 13%.
I liked him. I thought he was
I like to
He's
see it. When
cute.
that bird flew down on the
Cutesy.
podium, I was like, "Oh, this is." Like the most... I thought it was staged. I was like, "They trained that bird. There's no way that."
No
bird...
shit.
But it was perfect. Anyways, the point is that
Birds
aren't even
Bernie
real,
Sanders
first of
voters
all.
were also going to vote Trump as their second boast, right? And then you look at this election, and if you Joe Biden running as basically a corpse that can somehow talk is not like, dude, that was
Weekend at
that
Biden's.
you could not it could not have gone worse.
No, it couldn't have. You got
Honestly.
one guy lying his face off and another man who shit himself and doesn't know where he is. I'm like,
The
wow.
only
And
thing
you're
that-
arguing about whose golf score is better. I'm going, fucking, this is the free
Honestly,
world's future.
The
That
only can I
sounds
just
like
say
the
one
dining
let me
room.
just say one. I
People
just want to
just
say one
do
last
land
thing. The fucking the one thing that Trump said that was true, that wasn't a lie, a bold-faced
Did he-
lie,
did he say
was when
one
he
thing
went
that
like
was
was when he
true?
went like this. He doesn't even know what he said just now.
That's actually fucking, you are correct, James. I'm like,
All right.
I just
That
couldn't
sounds
believe
like the
it. I
dining
couldn't. I
room
was
of a
watching this
long-term
going,
care
this
home.
is
If
so
they
not
don't
fucking
replace
happening.
him, if they don't
That's
replace him
a
at the
good one.
convention in Chicago, they are losing. They might still
But
lose,
does he?
but they're
let me
definitely
ask you
losing
something,
if they
'cause
don't
you're more
replace him.
dialed into this shit than I am. 'Cause I
Quick
don't give a
tonight,
fuck
they're
about
just
it.
not.
Does he have to step off, or how does it work? Does he have to like voluntarily go?
No,
I'm
there
No.
has to be a challenge of someone else throwing their name in the ring, and then delegate support at the Republican National Convention in a couple weeks, or sorry, at the Democratic National Convention in August. And so, if
like, you
that
think they'd be able
happens,
to find somebody,
Can
right?
anything
I think-
surpass this shit show?
Yeah.
the Democrats
yes.
are so stupid that they're going to think that someone like Gavin Newsom can be the guy that.
Because I went from after the debate, I flipped to Fox, and
It's not
right
gonna be
away, I'm
Michelle
like,
Obama. Sorry.
and I knew that was going to be fucking all right wing bullshit. Then I went to CNN, where all the lefties and Democrats were, and they were shitting on him too. I'm like, oh man, that went bad.
They were you guys watching Twitter today at all with like
I
Obama
watched
and Bill Clinton? Both of them
were they
today
shilling?
came
Were
out,
they
shilling for Biden, like hard. Like you can tell because Biden, the minute
That's
he
their
left
job,
that,
but-
but the minute he left that stage,
He
And-
went to
and-
Applebee's.
no, he went on
Applebee's
camera,
is the country.
and this is
It was
the
the TGI Fridays.
This is the same thing that I said about Trudeau. When he goes off script, he's the guy. And he's fucking on point. He is fucking articulate, and he's fucking quick, and blah, 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 bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. You
Cutting
get him
even.
in this fucking arena, why he agreed to it, and the Biden administration is already saying, oh, we can't wait for the next one in September. Like, what
Boy,
the
oh
fuck are you guys
boy.
doing? They've already said that they're looking forward to it. But he went out there, and he was on point. He was sharp. He was like the Biden of 10 years ago. So to watch him fucking just implode and let Trump do what he did last night, and we're gonna I know we're gonna get in the weeds, and I want you guys to know up
Did
front.
17 cognitive tests, aced them all.
I did this on purpose because I knew we'd have this conversation. I didn't watch one fucking second of that debate. All I did
Oh no.
was, and this is why, because I just wanted to talk about the media reaction, and I wanted to talk about people and their reaction to it. I didn't watch one fucking second of it. I'm going to talk about people's reaction and people's reaction saying that the media is fucked and blah, 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 because it's, and I'm going to tell you why, and everybody that's on Twitter is a fucking expert. They must be. Like, you've been on Twitter for
Oh,
the
they
last
are,
5
for sure.
years, tweeting 20 to 40, 50, 60, 70 fucking tweets a day about politics. If you're not an expert now, you've put your 10,000 hours in.
Hey,
If
we
you-
all know
if-
an expert.
You're if you're not, maybe it's time to log off, you know? My issue is, so the first thing that people did, and we see it here, and we just saw it with that by-election in Toronto with the Liberal that lost the seat in Toronto. My issue here is not with, like, there's a lot of left-leaning centrists that are all like, oh, fuck, this is bad. Here in Canada, this is bad. Like, this is, maybe Trudeau should think about fucking, handing it over to somebody else and blah, blah, blah. And and it's like, wow, people that I wouldn't think. But then you have your diehards. I can't remember her name, Vicky Campbell, I think. I see her retweeted all the time. And like, people that would.
She's a Democrat. Is that right?
No. I'm talking about Canadians for a second. Just the parallels between the two now.
Right.
So we're literally living that part right now where Justin Trudeau could go to a podium tomorrow and say, I could go on Yonge Street in Toronto and shoot somebody and they'd still vote for me. And those people will still vote for him. You know what I mean? Like, we're at that point now. And then
probably pick up with some support if you said that.
Yeah. We're in the identity politics phase of this, of what's going on. And it's the parallels are fucking staggering with what's happening down south. So everybody's like, well, the fucking media, why didn't CNN fact check them? And blah, blah, blah. Well, you know why? Moron? It's CNN. Do you know what they do? They sell commercials. Do you know why they sell commercials? To make money. Do you know why they're making money? Because if they would have fact checked him in real time, you know what would have happened? They would have lost 2 hours of airtime that they could have sold commercials for the fact check show they did after the fucking debates.
Yeah.
And that's why PBS needs to run this motherfucker.
That's right. Like, so if we're being serious,
fact checked.
If we're being serious about this, and we're actually being serious, we're not judging commercial media. Stop judging commercial media. They're not going to change, everybody. You can tweet at them all you want. You can add them with your 47 followers and tell them that you're very mad at CNN. Well, they're not doing fucking anything. But you know what they're going to, hang on, Chris. You know what they're going to do? They're going to sell commercials. And they're going to make millions and millions. They don't care who wins. They don't care who the president. They don't care if Vladimir Putin becomes the president next week. You know, they don't give a fuck. It's got nothing to do with the candidate.
Donald Trump learned that he can lie. He can lie, and they won't check him. So if he can keep lying and no one checks him, why the fuck wouldn't he?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's just there was no debate. All they did was shit on each other the whole time. Fucking Joe Biden didn't know where he was, and Trump just lied, and no one checked him. And we're like, good for you, man. If they won't check you, then fuck the American public who won't check you.
Yeah.
That's what you guys want.
Well, here's the thing.
You're gonna get. That's what you're gonna fucking get.
I've read countless articles in the last 8 years about the Trump effect in the media. Like, there's a spike.
Interesting.
There's a spike where when Trump becomes the presidential nominee in 2015, that happened to media that talked about Trump. Their viewership went up. Their subscriptions, if you're the New York Times or the Washington Post, went up. You know what I mean? Trump. So even he's like the evil Forrest Gump of media dollars, right? Like,
it's true.
I've never heard that before, but thank you.
Right, and so he's Forrest Trump, right? Like, so
Forrest Trump.
Pretty good.
I'm
sure
that's
pretty good.
I'm sure that's been written before. That must have. That's impossible that it hasn't. If someone Googles that, clearly I didn't invent it, but it's still fun. But and so now when he talks, you kind of are in this weird groove. Like, how like Robert Downey Jr. gets to improvise all his lines in every movie.
He should
literally don't write his dialogue. He just improvises everything.
I didn't know that, but okay.
His name is Sam Jackson. Yeah.
You kind of got to put up with that from Trump. Like, he's doing that Trump thing where he says a bunch of shit. And the format is stupid.
Life is like a box of chocolates. Mine are the best. They're better than Biden's. Everybody loves my chocolates.
Yeah, you should hear Robert Kennedy Jr. talk about CNN and how this is. I know you can say what you want about him, but he's right about
not dead.
He's right.
No, there's a few things. Yeah, no, there's a few things that he
what
gets
he's right about. What he's right about is that this is the first time in literally since they've been doing the debates, and he cited his uncle's debate with Nixon, I think, about how this is the first time that a corporation has controlled the rules. A private corporation has controlled, not a media consortium or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Private corporation controlled the rules, the format, the questions, the audience, like lack of an audience or whatever. It's never happened before. So, whatever happens on that show is endorsed by this idea that a corporation can do it as well as like a group of media companies. And I think, but none of that matters. If you watched that last night and didn't think that someone should immediately tell Joe Biden to take a fucking knee and let
fucking 100%, buddy.
You don't even like Joe Biden if you're not telling him that. You're worried about abortion. And it's worry about abortion, but you're now lying about Joe Biden to get what you want with this abortion issue that you're worried about, instead of saying to yourself, that cannot win. If it does win, I would even think that the fix was in. Seriously.
I don't
No,
know,
it's
man.
it's gross. It's gross because you're and this
abuse.
this yeah, it goes
Abuse.
it goes back to the point of I'm just going to let this go, and it's a mix of rubbernecking a car accident and trying to push your narrative. And that's what people are doing today, trying to defend what we saw. Well, you guys saw. I didn't see, like, I'm telling you, not one. I didn't even watch. There's a couple of clips people were putting up. I'm like, I want to have fresh virgin eyes when I come,
Which is fair.
to talk
I
about the
wouldn't have
reaction.
watched it, but I had a friend over who really wanted to watch it. And I put it on it was like my favorite reality show again. I'm like, this is unfucking believable.
I'm gonna watch it
Cannot
today.
believe
Like,
it's
I'll watch
happening.
it after this show. I will watch the debate.
Your mind will be blown. Because, and I'll tell you one thing: there's no debate. There's no debate.
Oh no.
It's
Well,
just
nothing was
shit-talking
answered
each other.
apparently.
No,
Nobody
it's-
answered anything.
Ryan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There was no debate, and nobody answered anything. It was just two old men, grumpy old
Codgers,
men.
yeah.
Remember the
Biden
movie
started
Grumpy Old
singing
Men?
Country
Shit
Roads.
talking to each other.
He started singing Country Roads by John No,
I love it.
No, he didn't go that far. Fucking- he
Oh,
was pretty
shit.
fucking close.
But he
Pretty
forgot
close.
the words and ended up singing Eminem songs. So
When you watch it, you'll know what I'm saying.
America.
Like Trump won the debate. I'm like, there was no debate. There was just two old men.
he did
fucking
win
yelling
in the
at each
sense
other.
that Biden's
he won.
he's
It was like a
not
fucking
well,
rap.
man. Like
It was like an old man rap battle. It was just two old guys shit talking each other, and fucking
horrendous.
Trump won.
Trump looked like a spring chicken. Honestly,
He
he's
did.
70.
No, James, you're right.
like,
But that's
you know.
what's more dangerous. I don't know.
So here's the
dude.
point. Here's the point.
You
though.
would
A
look
bunch of
like a
middle of
spring
the road
chicken
voters are
if we
gonna
spray
vote for
painted
Trump.
yellow hair on top of your fucking head too.
I'm just saying, like
That's what chickens
we
look
can
like.
all hate Trump, and no one hates him more than I do. I fucking hate the guy. I don't understand how anyone would ever vote for him. Blah blah blah. But the
Well,
reality is,
Right. If anybody's
If
watching this
Biden
from the
is the
United States
candidate
of America,
November-
you guys are my
Biden is
favorite
the
reality
candidate on
show.
November
Really
3rd.
are.
Let's all
Biden's
not
the
talk at
can-
the same time.
No.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's not a problem because I gotta go use the facilities and hack a res dart, so I'll be
I
back.
believe you're like
All right.
leaving in the middle of the show. Well, who
No,
I
knows?
know.
come back.
It's
Come
fucking
back.
It's
you
not a
rudeness.
show.
Okay, here we go. I'll be BRB.
Yeah.
What was your
Anyways,
last point, James? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, just that I don't remember because someone was talking, and I always forget when two people are talking. At the same
He's fucking. You know what it is? He's deaf. It's all the
Oh.
gunfire from overseas.
It's okay. I
swear
thought
to
it was
God,
just
he
like
can't
a
hear a
delay or
goddamn
something.
thing.
He don't see
Like-
so good either.
He doesn't see. He doesn't hear. But fuck, does he have?
He
funny
should run
things
for
to say.
president.
Yeah, no shit. He would have been great on that stage.
But boy, is he thirsty.
He would have. He would have been great. I would
Oh, I
vote
love
for
that man.
Army Chris over fucking
Absolutely.
Trump or Biden. Jesus Christ.
I think we'd be well protected at least.
Who's okay? All right. Let's think about.
I don't want to
this.
go away from this topic entirely.
No,
because
neither
think
do
we
I.
should talk about- Yeah.
No, let's talk about it. I want to know. Actually, can I? And I'm going to veer into the weeds a bit with it, but it's going to be topical about what we're talking about with the media coverage, and we were
away.
going over.
Quick
Okay.
interjection before you start, just about the
Please.
difference between these two men and
Yeah.
and the appearance of them.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what everybody seems to like want to focus on, right? Like, oh,
Who,
Trump
me and
looks
Ryan?
better than him.
Oh, Trump and Biden. Right. Sorry.
Right. No, thanks for not wearing plaid tonight. That's all I can say.
I'm wearing a Beastie Boys shirt. So
Fucking, that's pretty baller, actually. Anybody who's like spray tanning and dyeing their hair and like actively attempting to maintain themselves for the camera like they always have is probably going to look a couple years younger than the average Joe. So just maybe leave the old guy alone
Yeah, but
for
you see-
looking like an old
yeah, but-
guy when the other guy's fucking painting.
Yeah, but it
himself to
wasn't
look
just
like a
because he was
person.
looking like an old guy.
No,
he was
no, it's
acting
not-
like
it's
an
not-
old guy.
They're
Yeah, it's
both
not
acting
aesthetics.
like old guys. I'm just
No.
saying, leave the aesthetic alone.
no, it's
I
not.
don't think anybody said anything about his aesthetic.
Apparently, he looked like a spring chicken compared to Biden. That's what I heard.
From
Okay,
who?
so
Army
sorry.
Chris?
What I should
It
have
was
said
said
if I was,
by one of the men here. I don't know.
I said it,
Sometimes it just floats
Bridget,
in.
and I'm just trying to let you know
Suck my dick, Eddie.
gladly. So
No, hey,
no, hold
all
on,
right.
hold on.
All right.
The turn of phrase I use is look. I'm saying that he came off. If you know how to read body language, if you know how to like ascertain someone's if they have their faculties or not, if you have any instinct towards that realm of being able to like read a person, it is impossible to think that he is not like he was probably well prepared like for this. Maybe I'm not saying he took drugs like Fox News says, but maybe he took a B12 just because he's about to take a debate. When is he most
He's
alert?
80.
Well,
I hope
usually
he's
after-
taking B12.
No, I'm
I
just saying,
take some B12. There's
the
nothing
point
wrong
is-
with that.
the
Yeah,
point
no, I
is,
know what you mean.
he doesn't know where he is. It looks like a lot of the time, not just at the debate.
It's
the
true.
Debate, weird. He doesn't have a cognizant thought. Maybe I shouldn't look like this when Trump is talking over there.
There was an epidemiologist that was talking about him, and there's a good theory that's going on about long COVID. Remember when he had COVID? Yeah, prior to him having COVID, he was fine. And then all of a sudden, the decline when it comes to stuff like that, the big glossy eyes and staring off into space. Remember, it's Mr. Burns. When Mr. Burns,
bring you peace.
Hey, bring you peace. That's
get him.
That's what he looks like. And they're saying that this could be a cognitive effect of long COVID. And I'm like, I'm not a doctor, but they're saying that all signs point to yes. And it's like, okay, sure. But whatever. You know what it is? He's fucking 80. Come on. Let's all give him a break. And they just keep propping him up on that fucking podium, thinking that it's going to be fine. And
the fact that he doesn't have friends and family going, Joe, seriously, you need to, you can't. This is going to kill him. He
probably does, and they're just riding it to the bottom right now.
Okay, all right.
He's got a job to do at the moment. He's probably I have to defend this from Trump.
I have a question. I'm going to put you on the spot because this is what you do. This is what you did for a living. You are trained in this, okay? My wife is actually... Would you not agree?
Dementia's kind of my thing.
Would you not agree? And I'm not saying he's dementia, Joe. That's bullshit. I don't think he's got dementia. I think he's still
very... got his toe in the water.
My question is, do you not agree that in your experience over the last decade working with elderly people... You see when they go from really good and everything's great to, he had a bad day today. He had a couple of bad days. And now we're saying, well, Saturday was a good day. Are you not, do we not agree? Is that not what's happening? Is it not the same? He's 80 fucking years old, everybody. Keep that in mind, please, while we're having this conversation. I love the man.
Abe Simpson.
I think his heart is in the right place. I think what he wants to do is absolutely fucking noble and fucking great, and that is the American dream. 100%.
He's just tired. And
he's old. He's fucking old.
Yeah. What are you talking about? And it's time to he's a fucking American politician for one of the major parties, so he's bought and paid for.
Sure. Okay. But it's on the right side of trying to keep things fucking fair and keep things
to
fucking.
Astronaut, it's what he's always been passionate about. No,
he's not an astronaut.
Oh, he might be a space cadet, but he's not an astronaut.
People do what they do because they want to do it most of the time. When 100%. It's something that's like this, right? It's you want to be involved in this. The guy's passionate about it. Mm-hmm. He's in a really shitty spot right now, I think. And again, it's one of those he's trying to claw it back from the clutches of this orange thing.
And age.
And he just, I think that he just doesn't want to step down from the current battle. You know what I mean? Because it's there's nobody that's going to step in and take my place.
So it's a vanity thing. This is a vanity thing. It's a pride thing. It's ego.
Or pride. I think it's fear that he's the only one that he thinks can maybe stop it. Nobody else.
Then he definitely needs to go.
I'm not saying. I just mean that there's nobody else in place to do it. Not that he's got this ego that he's the only one that can do it. I mean? It's just who's replacing me because it's time for me to go, and if I can't go, then I guess I gotta fucking fight this out like an old zombie. It's shitty.
He remembers when there was bees on the nickel. 5.
He remembers when the nickel and it was made out of wood.
Tied an onion to your belt because it was the fashion at the time.
And it kept. You ate, that's the name.
It kept away the consumption.
Exactly.
He kept it hitched to the horses when he first learned how to drive.
The first motorcade was pulled by a mule.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
no, I don't want to talk about Stanley Cup. Never mind. We can move on.
I feel like the two of them have been battling it out for a really long time now, and it's like Peter Griffin and the chicken. You know what I mean? It's just not over until it's over.
Oh my God! Actually, that's a perfect fucking analogy.
That's what I'm getting at. He's not done
Peter
with
Griffin and the fucking chicken,
and it just keeps happening and happening, and it's something somebody's got to go. You know what I mean? Or else it's not going to end.
That's great. That's actually great.
That's what I was trying to get at. It's not his ego, and it's just that it's it's like a nemesis thing at this point, and it's we need to battle this shit out.
Shit, I never thought of that.
Yeah, that's
Kamala
what I
Harris
think
will be-
Biden's
will be
holding on
president.
to.
Don't
And
you
Kamala
aren't
Harris
they?
will be
And
president.
they're like a year apart in
She will
age,
be.
are they not? Trump and
It's
Biden.
a couple more than that.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
it's 4
it's
years.
pretty-
Three
it's
years.
pretty
3 or 4
close,
years.
right?
Yeah, it's close.
They're both old men. Is
Like
what
this
I'm getting
morning,
at.
this morning I was, I got confused, and I'm pouring my coffee in the butter dish, and the sugar bowl's right there. I poured a cream in, and open up the fucking butter dish, and go, wait.
That's just alcohol. That's
I know.
the
Well,
booze.
that's true too. But I stopped myself and go, okay, you're 53, and you were about to put butter in your coffee, which might work. Do you think
That's
you should be
actually
the
a
fucking
thing,
leader
just so
of
you
the
know.
free world?
do that,
No,
actually.
no, I don't.
You
So
could
I'm
be.
gonna take a minute.
You know
here.
what? You could
Oh, by
run
the
for
way,
president.
Listen, I heard what you fucker
vote for
said
you.
when I went off.
Yeah, I'd vote for you, man.
You could run for president.
Here's the question, and this is the question they posed last night. I don't want to go down this
All right.
rabbit hole all fucking night, but this is
No.
actually a legitimate question. Whether you think he's fucked or not, do you think he can make 4 years?
No,
No,
he'll be dead in a year.
I don't think either.
I'm
of
with
them can make
James,
four.
man.
Everybody says it's President Kamala Harris coming.
I don't disagree, but is that the right move, or is it like
No,
find
keep-
Maybe
somebody?
the right convention move. Honestly, this is actually kind of macabre. So the convention move might be replace Kamala Harris with who you want to be president when he dies during his first term.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like,
that's sad to say. And don't get me wrong. I do think his heart is in the right. I do think he's a fucking decent human being.
Sure, he is.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Morally, he's
party
clearly the
affiliations
choice.
aside, I think morally I do think he's a genuine guy. I just think it's time for him to
100%.
like. You know what?
I'd say
Don't-
the same with anybody at that age, though.
Why not just
it's
wheel
not
Jimmy?
age, it's
Jimmy
what
Carter
he-
still has one term left. He's allowed to take. Why don't we just wheel Jimmy Carter out of hospice and put him on the fucking
Jimmy's
stage?
act. Why
How
not?
dare?
I'm with you.
No, I'm serious.
isn't he dead?
Did he die? I know his wife died. Did he die finally?
I'm
Ah,
pretty sure
fuck,
he
his
died.
head's in a jar like Bob Barker. Get him up there.
That's what I mean. Like that's what I don't know what the DNC's thinking. I don't know what any of these parties think about. I need to find the oldest, feeblest fucking piece of shit and put him on there. I need to prop him up. I need to fucking feed shit into him and make like it's. Why can't we have a 50-year-old president?
I don't know. That's like this
miss
is the
Obama.
one
Isn't
thing I
Obama
don't
like that,
understand. And whenever I'm down in the States, I ask every American, and this is like before Biden. This is back when it was Hillary and fucking Trump.
Yeah.
And I said, you have like 360 million people in your country. How the fuck do you land on this? Like, really? Like, there's so many smart guys down there that are,
Yeah.
they're brilliant fucking businessmen, young guys, brilliant leaders. They're senators or they're whatever. And this is who you land on? I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man.
What are we doing? Not us.
I was
We're
going to say,
watching the
don't
way that
say
relationships
us.
and politics translates into votes and translates into funding.
Well,
and
and
translates
that's
into bills and
exactly James has
legislation
got
and
that
social
right. And you can
contracts.
call conspiracy bullshit all you want, but James is 100% correct. That's what it is.
No, it's a commercial business. It's a business that we're all just pretending
Accident.
to, and we're all pretending to take part in democratically. We've broken democracy in the West. We really have. We've broken it. It's broken now.
That's
Well,
the
what's
George Carlin
what scares me is that Canada, because we should shift fire.
You ain't in it.
We should shift onto our own country here for a bit, being in our weekend. Is that
Yeah, it is Canada Day. You're
my
right.
biggest fear, and it's been this way for a long time, is that Canada is starting to try to emulate the bullshit in the United States, and there's no reason for that.
We
used to
always
be-
have. We've always been a
No,
step,
we used
just
to
a
be
beat
centric,
behind.
man. We used to be centric, and then suddenly this extreme polarization happened.
There's a
And-
mega
and
effect here. The mega
thanks to-
effect was the convoy.
Sure. You
The
get
mega
you
effect
put
is here,
fucking
probably.
social media, and
It actually started with 9/11. Let's all be honest. It started
you
at
know,
9/11 started it, and it
I will,
it brewed. It started
Brian,
bubbling.
I'll fucking
Are
agree.
you being
with you
funny
on
right
that.
now?
No, I'm being
he's not
absolutely
wrong.
100%
He's being
serious.
100% serious, and I agree with him on
So
that.
what is it? 9/11 did what exactly?
9/11 started the patriot movement. The patriot. I'm a patriotic. I need to defend my borders. This is my land.
That
this
is when
me.
we started putting flags and stickers on everything.
That's right.
Well,
and
that
it
was
started.
that was the
it
evolution
bubbled.
of polarization.
It simmered. It started
All
as a
those
low
ribbons?
simmer at that point, and then Trump
Extreme polarization.
fucking. You know what? And I'll give it
birth
to him.
the Tea Party, like 9/11.
That's
right.
yeah.
Like,
And I'll give Trump I'll give him his flowers for this. He knows how to read a fucking room, and he knew the minute that a black president was fucking in that had the name Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, he knew that now's my time to jump on that simmering pot that's been.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Rupert Murdoch?
Well, he helped. He very much helped. But I'm saying this is what led to it, and now we're watching the pot boil over. The pot has now boiled over. The shitty carbonara from the fucking Irish pub is on the floor, and we don't know what to do.
Shitty carbonara is the former president of the United States running just weekend at Bernie's. So
I'm pissed off that our politicians are emulating what's going on down there, and there's no need for that. There's no need for that, man.
They
fucking
just see analytics, man.
You look at me and go, "Okay, Chris, well, you're a right wing conservative." I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm 53. I grew up right centric, and I believed in some of the values
right
of
centrist. I think you mean,
or whatever.
Yeah,
call it what you want. We're talking the same shit.
Right centric would be like, I only care about the right.
Okay, no, right centrist, whatever the fucking term is.
Center right. You're center right.
Fucking Mr. Thesaurus.
I'm just trying to help you out when people wonder why you're so
I believe that
quoted
that Taliban Jack had some good ideas that the fucking lunch meat Singh fucked all up. I believe that the liberals had
Jesus Christ.
The liberals had some good ideas that fucking JT's fucked all up. And I don't necessarily believe that the new guy who's going to be the next prime minister has the right ideas either, because they're paralleling this extremism on right and left. We're just paralleling what the States does, and like, let's be ourselves, like we used to be, and get back to that and do the right fucking things for our country, because our country is very different than that country. Mm-hmm. And I've been all over the fucking world. I know what I'm talking about. Believe me, I do.
No, I agree.
That's what I don't like, is the absorption of the American methodology and political methodology into how Canada runs its politics, because we weren't like that. Fucking
You're
states
right.
We've
never subscribed to identity politics in this country until
we're there now.
In the last 5 to 6 years.
Fucking
I don't know about that. I think identity politics has been with us since like the year
not on the scale it's on now.
Well, not as publicized and broadcasted on socials and shit as it is.
Are you fucking nuts?
I think
I think like political correctness and like that form of like what you can say and what you can't say, and identity politics, I think peaked like during COVID. And then the last part of COVID, a lot of people who were kind of like that were like, oh, who's got time for this shit now? Like, let's just like, I don't think that identity politics and the focus on it is as high as it was, say, during the Me Too movement up until 2020, when it was like every protest group and issue, and rightfully so. Like, fine, talk about anything you want, but it became such a thing. Like, what did you just say? And I'm like, I called her my girlfriend. What, do you possess her?
Now it's got to be your partner. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
man.
that type of shit.
I can't.
It's not as prevalent now as it used to be. Like,
no, we're bored with that, and we have bigger fish to fry. I get it, but I think those where people were stuck in those silos and those ruts of identity. That's where they now. That's where they got their footing, and now they're well. He's telling me that I need to vote for him for freedom. Okay, freedom. I need to get my Canada back. I like it the way it used to be. No, but there's never any explanation. There's none of that. So you're right. You're absolutely right. I think the people got in the middle got really fucking tired of hearing and being educated and lectured on just having a conversation between three guys on a podcast, we'll say. And yeah, you're 100% right. But I don't think it stopped the identity politics. I think it just solidified it. I think it solidified it into those silos now. And there is no coming back from this. There isn't. It literally will take generations to get out of this. Now.
I mean, freedom of speech is gone. That's dead. It died.
We never had it. There's no such thing as freedom of speech in Canada. Let's all fucking stop saying that here.
The simplest fucking example is what you're just talking about. If you say the word girlfriend, okay, if you're my age and you're in your 50s,
nobody's stopping you from saying it.
No,
Just
but hang on a second.
some blue-haired freak on a street yelling at you from a sidewalk is not telling that they don't hold any sort of authority over
Ryan,
you.
What I'm saying is the woke side. I know a lot of people are like, they talk about my partner. I'm like, my partner meant you were gay back in the day.
No, but it's not what you say though, Chris. It's what
So,
you.
no, just hear me out. Hear me
you
out.
say partner,
I get
like
confused.
that's fine. But if
It's like,
someone gives
what-
you shit for saying girlfriend instead of partner,
No, but I get confused. I don't know if you're fucking gay or
But
not.
that's
or
not a
whatever,
law,
right?
This is my
If you're saying
problem.
It's like, that's my girlfriend. I'm her boyfriend. Why is when the fuck did those words become bad? Like, what did I miss? Did I
This
say
isn't-
they didn't. It was just
Never
a small
did.
minority of really loud people started saying
right.
shit, and then people fell in line.
Boom, nailed it right there. A
Yes.
small minority of very loud people making fucking noise, and suddenly they get a whole fuck. Anyway,
All of a sudden,
step
for
off this
some
pod
reason,
voice.
and this is the analogy I always bring this back to, guys, and it fits exactly what you're saying here. For some reason, we've given fucking license and authority to the guy that used to stand on the corner of King and James and Hamilton with a sign saying the end is near, yelling at people as they walked by. And they walked.
Jasper 109 out here is the same guy.
Hang on. So you'd walk by him and he'd yell at you, "You fucking sinner! You're gonna fucking go to hell. You're gonna burn in hell." And you look at him, you're like, "Have a good day," and you keep walking. Now we engage those people for fucking days on end on Twitter, and we retweet to them, and we quote tweet them, and we tell them why I'm right and you're wrong. And so that all of a sudden, for some reason, in people's brains, gives them this fucking weird notion that that person is now speaking of how this country runs and how the laws are in this country. You misgendered me, or you called me this. No, it's not a hate crime. I'm sorry, it's not a hate crime when you say that that's my girlfriend. I didn't possess anybody. That's your opinion of what I said. And back in the day, I used to say, you're a fucking crazy person, and I'm not listening to you, and I'm going to keep going because I could just say whatever the fuck I want. But all of a sudden, because that person has 36,000 followers on Twitter, now they're the fucking authority on what you and I can say. So whenever freedom of speech is under attack, A, we don't have freedom of speech, and B, no, it's not. That person is saying it's under attack because that's their fucking belief, and you've given them fucking license to do it. You've all created these fucking monsters, and that's why we are where we are today, because you fucking did this. We all did this. We all allowed this to happen, and it's because we fucking live in a fucking weird fucking world where we're like, well, that person must know what they're talking about because I've heard of them before. And this guy that I like retweets their tweets.
There's a
That's
lot
where
of
we
issues
are.
like that. There's a lot.
It's fucking gross.
If you know any people of color who have a wife and two kids and a dog and a house in the suburbs, just like anyone I grew up with, and you ask them about whether or not it is okay to be racist against white people because only white people can be racist. You ever heard that argument?
Sorry,
it's
say
only
that again.
possible for white people to be racist, basically.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I dismissed that.
So in academia, it says if your race is the race that's in power, then you can't be. Then if people hate you, it's not racism because it's more of an expression of how they don't like how you've consolidated power. And if you are the white person, then you basically are organically racist, right? But it's okay. Sometimes. Anyways, when you start unpacking it, you're like, this is crazy. Like, this is and so the people of color that I know are like, no, man, like we laugh at white, they laugh at white people who trip.
I laugh at white people.
I do too.
Who trip over themselves trying to defend them.
Yes.
Because they're like, oh my God. Like
the virtue signaling is
down a bit. No, but it's not even
fucking
that they wouldn't even
gross.
do that. It's like, like my friend Nigel and I always joke. Well, we used to anyways, or maybe I just did a couple times. But about how
confession time, everybody.
Well, yeah, because I was just like,
Nigel's
was worth more than me. He owned a house. I didn't. He probably had a line of credit. I didn't have any of that stuff. So it was like bizarro world stuff in some ways. But at the same time, it's always there for people. You just got to overcome your life in order to attain something. But the idea that any person, like a brown or black person, saying to their friend, "I fucking hate white people. I wish they were all dead." And that being like, I get it.
Wow.
And
They do create a lot of
they're walking
problems.
up to him going, I get it, man. I get it. Like, no, it became so absurd at one point. Like that, it was like, why can't we like respect the guy Colin Kaepernick because he took a knee and think that Floyd was murdered and and all these things, but at the same time we have to like okay this like orthodoxy that is just too hard and no one knows the rules. Remember that happened? Everyone was like, I don't know the rules of speech anymore. I get like eviscerated on Twitter if I say the word girlfriend or if I say the R word be like 10 years ago before you knew that no one said it anymore. And everyone's just like, I can't believe that's such a piece of shit.
I'll tell you what, James, and I just want to have a soapbox for a couple minutes on the approach to Canada today. And then I'm going to fucking punch out because my blood's boiling. Not because of you guys.
Because of high blood pressure? Because you drink?
No, just because we're talking politics and I just can't fucking deal with it. The country's turning 157 years old. 157 years to build this country to where it is. Is it in a good spot? No, not necessarily. Has it been worse? Yeah, it has been worse if you study your history. Will it be better? Yes, it will. Pendulum always goes the other way. What drives me nuts, and this is actually, I'm stealing this from an article in the National Post, and I talked about it on a pod a few weeks ago, is this absolute push for individuality versus us as a collective as Canadians is really hard for me. Every goddamn day there's somebody's day. Every month there's a month for somebody. And I'm not fucking picking on any given group. And that's preached in schools. Well, this is this day, this is this day, this is this month, this is this week. And that drives individuality and creates fucking silos, cliques, whatever you want to call it.
Cliques, yeah.
Cliques. And it is breaking up the Canadian identity. The concept of the melting pot. Remember we talked about, we were fed that for years and years. And I still want to believe in it. I really do. Because, my background, it didn't matter fucking if you were brown, red, yellow, white, you bled red. That was it.
Yeah.
Where we
You've
went.
Traveled the world. You know that we're all the same fucking
we didn't give
people.
a fuck. You didn't give about your religion, your sexual orientation.
We're not a melting pot, though.
No, we were on the way to being there. But now everybody's got a day. Everybody's got a month. Everybody's got a fucking thing. And it's just like that is breaking everybody into these silos and cliques. Because, this is my week to represent my whatever. My color, my creed, my religion, my sexual orientation, fucking whatever. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying this is not healthy for the country. It's not healthy for us as a collective to come together as a group of people. And we need to be better than that and put that shit in the fucking side. Because I personally do not believe that all this promoted individualism to compensate for fucking a bunch of problems that have been made in the past. I won't argue that is necessarily the best approach to becoming that melting pot that Canada used to be known for, where, any immigrant from anywhere could come here and have a future. And now we're just in these fucked up silos, and I just don't think it's right. And I'll leave it at that because I do have to step off.
No, I think you're making a good case for multicultural or against multiculturalism.
Oh yeah.
Can I give
the room right?
Can I give a like, I swear to God, I can solve this tomorrow, just so you guys know.
Perfect case of beer and
religion.
We can solve it. You won't get
religion, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's a totally different can of worms. You're absolutely right, but I can solve this problem tomorrow.
Go on.
You ready?
Yeah, well, we're here. Yep.
You get every single one of these fucking Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and you get them all together, and it'll never happen. Don't get me wrong, but it will solve it. And there's a reason why it won't get solved, because it generates money. It generates money. No, leave it going. But you know what you do? You ban politicians from it, and you go back to the way it was in the early '90s and the '80s, like that we remember. And the only thing you ever heard about when it came to politics was TV ads. And they would put it could be a mudslinging ad. So for sure, you'd see one ad during a show that you watched, and that was it. If you were if you took politicians and removed them, you removed that fucking constant 24-hour stump that they have, we wouldn't have any of this problem. This would be all gone. 100%. When you get guys like Trudeau, sorry,
I would say I would blame social media before I would blame politicians on social media. Like, I mean, you know,
no, get them off. No, get rid of them. Get rid of them 100%.
About Facebook.
I love to say, guys, I got people at my door right now. I gotta
love you, man. You take care.
Chris,
it's good to see you, Army Chris, everybody. And
see you later, Chris.
Fire for Effect next Tuesday. Tuesday is it?
Yes, we're on next Tuesday.
All right, next Tuesday. Fire for Effect. Check them out.
Anybody jump in? She's all fucking. You know, we're gonna do what we're gonna do.
Be great to see you, man.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
Take care. But yeah, keep going, James, because I seriously think if they just removed politics from fucking Facebook and made it the way it was when they made it, you remove politicians from fucking Twitter, and they wouldn't have that stump, that fucking constant fucking barrage of like just marinating people's brains that are fucking they're apolitical or they're not educated, they're not fucking whatever, and they're just reading this fucking stuff constantly over and over. Get rid of
How popular is that content? Because I'm thinking it's the media that prop up those people, not really, you know, like listen, the combination of media and social media for outlets like Fox News and MSNBC or whoever are like, it's incalculable. Because
how many hours of news did you watch this week on cable?
Oh, I don't watch,
like, other than the debate.
I get all my news on YouTube. I really do.
Okay, so if there was no politicians on there, you wouldn't get anything. You would get what media would have like done the thing, right? Like they would have culminated an opinion.
Correct.
We know that Fox is right leaning. We know that fucking NBC is left leaning. We know that we know these things. CBC in Canada is right or left, and like we know those things. If you just got rid of them with their stupid fucking, they just don't stop talking. They don't shut the fuck up. They're like me. You know,
yeah, but that's not the
shut
problem.
The fuck up.
the problem are the bots on social media more than the politicians, because you're only seeing it because of the bots. Anyways, otherwise that content would get.
Yeah, but Elon's getting rid of all the bots. Remember,
dude, I guess like when you get elected president, someone brings you in like a room and it's like, Elon, if you ban bots, we stand to lose like $3 billion. Like that's probably what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's a bit. There's no way that you can make a promise like that and not do it unless you would lose like a big chunk of your profits. Because
I agree. I agree with Barry here, where he says I can handle Russell Brand, Jordan Peterson, and I'm the same way with Joe Rogan. I enjoy Joe Rogan's show when he's got somebody on that's not talking about something that's politically charged.
No, he's just doing an interview with
and he's
somebody.
just talking to somebody. And yeah, maybe he's dumb. Maybe he's a bit fucking dopey, whatever.
Definitely dumb.
But you know what? It's nice because I'm dumb and dopey too. So he asks the dumb and dopey questions I would ask too. To somebody that I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm going to ask you.
Neither of you are dumb. And he conducts a good interview because it doesn't feel like an interview. It's a conversation. You learn.
It's a conversation. Long form. Right? Long form conversation.
I don't think he's dumb. You know, I think he's had a
he
couple moments where people completely disagree with him. I think the ivermectin story is one of the most misreported stories and weird kind of media events of all time. Like, you know, like it was the first time I've ever seen like that type of vitriol that wasn't just reserved for the fringe on the right during COVID, but even the people who I would consider mostly centric, because they said something that maybe the far right said, and maybe they're misguided, who knows? But like, just what happened to like stories that were about that, like all the doctors and like there's doctors saying now that the human form of that drug ivermectin, when taken with other types of medications, for some people has shown significant improvement for things like long COVID. Who knew, right? Like this just came out like 3 weeks ago or something.
And
but no
Dr. Birx was just admitted to falsifying evidence to that, and that just came out this week. So this is what I mean. Like it's conflicting.
But either way,
I don't want to learn it from Joe Rogan, and I don't want to learn it from a politician.
But it's not learning from Joe Rogan. It's Joe Rogan says something on his podcast. You can either listen to it or not listen to it.
Yeah,
right? Like,
no, I agree.
But he got crucified to the point where I'm like, this is such overkill. Like you could tell that there was like, some like jealousy over the Spotify deal or something from
Well,
like
we know
people.
we know the height of when that happened, where we were at the time, and that's you're exactly right. I think you're exactly right.
When you make a lot of money like Joe Rogan, if you can somehow attach your stories to him for the clicks, you're going to make money.
Fuck yeah.
Like the Trump effect. It's like the Rogan effect. Like
people we know that were like getting hard-ons when they got retweeted by Jordan Peterson.
Ugh.
I got a hard-on when I got retweeted by Ricky Gervais. That was
that was different though, because that was a really good one.
That's cool. That's
That was a cool retweet to have because it wasn't political.
I felt good for 4 seconds, and then I was like, just get on with it. If you
it
sit
was
down
great.
and start like tweaking your nipples to Ricky Gervais reading your article, then you've already lost the plot, right?
I sent Louis C.K. a message once, and he loved it, and I lost my shit.
The real Louis C.K.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. They sent her a video of him jerking off right afterwards. It was great. Without asking her if she wanted to see it.
Oh, do you feel left out?
I did.
Oh, it's okay.
Am I not attractive enough for you to make feel uncomfortable? I'm not jerk off creepy question worthy. Come on.
Nah, it's just funny. Like I was telling you earlier, I had something I wanted to talk about, and it kind of ties into what we're talking about a little bit, and I think it's huge. And this will feed into two different conspiracies, okay? And one of them is, China's trying to take us all down. Obviously, that's just the way it is. Everybody thinks China's the big bad, whatever. Have you ever seen the difference in TikTok? Are you on TikTok, James, at all, or no? Like, do you ever like peruse it?
An account and then never went to it.
Okay, so it is actually it's funny. Like I love chewing a fucking pot gummy and sitting down with TikTok and just watching stupid videos, like for hours. Because it's like, you remember Vine? Vine was funny. Vine was great. It was 15-second clips. Vine. And it was just people being funny, and you only had 15 seconds to make it funny, and it triggers.
Actually, Vine I think was 7 seconds when it started,
and it went to 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, it triggers something in your brain where you just want constant fucking boom, boom. I need it. It's
those
addictive.
hits of those
serotonin,
a little bit of dopamine, and you're like, this is fucking baller.
And don't get me wrong. Hey, listen, I'm a fucking victim of it, but I identify it and I know. So I will have TikTok evenings. I won't do this every day. I'm not on it all day long. I have a lot of followers. Like if you look at my notifications, I don't even know how to work TikTok properly. And like there's 90, it says 99 plus because people follow and people do all these things. And I don't even, the notification system is weird. So I don't really follow it, but I just want it for the videos. Do you know how the difference in China and in the West when it comes to TikTok? Same company, by the way. The company out there is called Douyin, Douyn. It's the same thing as TikTok here. It's the same company that owns it. It's I can't remember the name of something. It's got a funny name. It's a parent company that owns both. The algorithm that I get, because I watch stupid videos, people falling off ladders and fucking, it's like America's Funniest Home Videos just on crack is what I love, right?
Yeah, okay.
But then sometimes I'll get like a weird like,
but with less cheesy host.
I also love, I've got this weird fucking, and it's bad, and I know it is. I love listening to air traffic control in like emergency situations, talking to planes. For some reason, I don't know why, I fucking love it. I could listen to that for fucking hours. It's fucked up.
And I tell him not to send them to me because it gives me anxiety.
She's been on a plane once, right? So it's tough.
I'm like, could you not?
So, but in China, did you know that the algorithm is directed towards science, math, and engineering, and
racist.
children
It'll make you smarter.
Children in China on TikTok, they're allowed on TikTok, and this is a government fucking, and you want to call them oppressive or whatever the fuck, but you tell me this shouldn't be a fucking thing here. Under 14 years of age, you're allowed on there for 40 minutes a day. Under 18 years old, you're allowed on there for 2 hours a day.
That's a lot.
Their targeting laws for advertising for youth are the most fucking stringent in the world, by the way. So if they're targeting, because there's a youth TikTok, right? So anybody that's advertising on youth TikTok, it's fine. They'll allow it, but you're not targeting them with, you're gonna, like the shit that they target them here with. beauty products, fucking fast food, all that shit. It's targeted with things that are.
Shapewear.
They also have a law that 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. no kids. Not allowed to. If you're under that age group, you're not allowed to be on it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't see. So what they do. So this is where the conspiracy theory comes in. They say, okay, now send it out to the West. We're going to give our kids the spinach, and we're going to give their kids the opium.
Yeah,
and
I think they're smart for doing it.
You're fucking right, because they're dumbing down generations of fucking people, because that's how we consume shit now. I literally took a sizzle reel tonight, and if you want to play it, we'll play it. It's live TikTok. Okay. So people, if you have over 1,000 subscribers on your TikTok or 1,000 followers, you can then go live, kind of like we do on YouTube and TikTok or on Twitter. And if you just hit one live and start scrolling, it'll just start feeding you people that are live, that are somewhat in the algorithm that you may or may not have, but they're live. And the shit that we're doing on fucking TikTok is hilarious. Like, it's literally like I gotta load it. I'm not gonna do it now. It's gonna take a minute.
Get me dinged?
No. There's no copyright shit. This is all just people, you and me. This would be like us having this podcast right now, but they're doing it on TikTok by themselves with a camera in their face, taking a shit. They're fucking sitting there
making fancy coffees.
No, not even that.
No, I'm just saying.
No, they're doing
when you
nothing.
Scroll through lives, you will see people doing random crap. Though.
Once in a while, but they're doing.
Some people are hosting karaoke all alone.
They're doing nothing, right? And we are consuming it. We're eating it up, and it's. I swear to God, it's melting our brains. It's fucking melting our fucking brains.
It's genuinely sad to watch it.
It's gross.
Dude, I don't like my kids are they're gonna be 10 and 8 in a month and a half or whatever. Like they both have birthdays in August, and the rule at my house is that they don't get to watch personal devices by themselves. Like, because that's how they turn into the people that can consume that quick, choppy. I don't think it's good for anyone. I don't think are good for anyone. I don't think social media is good for anyone. I think it's all shit. And I think
it's garbage.
We didn't know what this genie would do, and it turns out she has horns and fangs, right? Like, and we can't put her back in the bottle, and it's made everything worse. Social media just makes everything worse. Makes politics worse. Makes entertainment worse because it's all fucking bought and paid for. It makes the news worse because it's so like fragmented. It makes viewing content where you have to adjust your comfort level to match social media's like chair, I guess, or whatever you would call it. And then because there was an adjustment period. You remember like adjusting to social media was a real thing. Like people were addicted to it. And then it was like, a nostalgia factory, and it has all these phases. You remember how
we didn't know what to do with it? Remember? Like we used to post Ryan is at home. Ryan is at work. Like nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing right now? It's like, oh,
but then we installed the like button, and then people pretended they gave a
like
shit.
button,
and then we got addicted to that.
That's
and it was like, oh, people like what I'm doing. Maybe I need to post more aspects of my life. Ryan is eating oatmeal.
I was guilty of that to a certain degree, but like then you watch like people on Instagram that post like every meal, every I was posting pictures of milkweed and my dog and kids, right? Like just whatever, but like. I used it though a lot, back in the day. I really did. Now I'm like, I forget Facebook exists half the time.
I'm being held hostage by the dog right now. I'm gonna give him what he wants.
All right, you do that. You want to watch this with me, James? Because I know you're not a TikTok guy. But
put full screen it so I can watch it on my porch.
Yeah. Do that. That's fine because it's 5 minutes. You got time, right?
Okay. So don't preamble it. I just want to see it. I'll pull it up right now.
All right. Do that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. This is going to be fun. Everybody. Stick around. This is it wouldn't let me. It's too big because it was so long. But I swear this was tonight. I can show you I cropped a couple of things out, but like you can't, but you'll see my name. It's my TikTok. You'll see my name when you join a live, it says Ryan Lindley joined the live or whatever. You're going to see this. And let me see how to do this now. Sorry. This is so boomery of me. Here we go. See that? Share. Oh, And then I pull this in. See, this is the guys on the Beaver. They do this all the time, and they know how to share stuff a lot faster than me. But here, watch this. You ready? All right. I'm going to mute the mics. Enjoy, everybody. This is what we consume now instead of like TV shows.
Yeah, I can get behind anything. Yeah, I can get behind anything. Oh, yeah.
Is in the house. He's not Abraham, guys. T.H. Terrell. Really? Did you figure that out by yourself or you got help? Let me check something.
We're gonna take your streak. We're gonna take your streak.
Why are you sniping, bro?
You guys sniped at the end. Look at the score.
We win you over 2 minutes. We take over almost 2 minutes. Like you, we're getting toxic over there. We're getting toxic over there.
He's not even saying anything. He's not even looking at the camera, and people are watching this and liking the fucking video.
Out of my vagina to see if I'm a guy. Fucking retard.
Huff on your pen. There you go. Right on. Awesome, Cindy. Enjoy that. Everybody. I guess everybody's taking it. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people are partaking. Let's go, guys.
Literally nothing. Absolutely nothing going on in this one.
Just got lucky enough to find a full-time job. I did well online here, but then I started to see the way the app was moving, and I have a feeling they're getting rid of the app.
Poor little Alan. I love that guy. Good morning. What's up, Alabama? Gary, where are you from?
She has one arm because she has to hold a phone.
People who end up working under living wages are not doing it because they want to. It's the gist of that message. And anyone who does come here and takes a job making a living wage was given equal opportunity.
And now we're just driving with somebody. He's going to drive with the phone out the window. This is content now.
Okay. चलिए भाई शोइश maybe वो आ जावे.
Weaker, it's their rise out of the minds. We're playing out a downfall. They divide us up by making us stick to our race.
Just somebody in the hospital, live streaming from inside the hospital. No bigs. All good.
I thought, oh my god. Even pizza. Hi, Amia. This is mortgage.
Here's my show. Hi.
Bye, merci. Bye.
These are my favorite. The ones that pretend they're psychics.
Please put your names first. I appreciate that. Jace, what are my guides' names?
Nice burp.
Kelsey is one of your guides.
Raw.
Kelsey.
Good.
You're so very...
I included this one because it's actually like other people out living their life, live streaming it for people that are sitting on their couch pretending their life.
एक सिंगल मैसेज अगर आपने किया है दैट इज फाइन नो प्रॉब्लम आपको डेफिनेटली वहां पे रिप्लाई आएगा ही आएगा नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल ठीक है जी तो मिलते हैं शाम को दोबारा लाइव
Idea. I just don't know if it would work. Because this is it. I would pour them right into my sandwich, though. I'll tell you that one.
I have 4 thoughts. So I have to, that's okay. Mia, thank you for joining us, hon. Oh my goodness, sweet babies. Thank you for sharing. I have a Luna too. Oh, very nice, cat. How old's your cat?
Person is this person that's supposed to be
there's the link.
in your life in this
PayPal
sense.
link.
What I'm getting is that all these people who are under conflict because of this new beginning for you, they're under conflict because they want what this person has, and I just don't think that this person.
Que jueguen el yoyo. El trompo, perdón. El yoyo es que lo estaba viendo. Este es el trompo. No, este es el yoyo y este es el trompo.
That guy's got 5,000 people watching this video.
Thank you, baby. I know I get so many. Don't worry, baby. Oh my God, get muted.
Turn it down.
She muted his ass. I love you.
If I was your boss, I'd fire him.
Autre chose. T'aurais dû arrêter avant, mais si t'es motivé, tu vas y arriver. Ouais, on peut tout arrêter avant.
We thought.
All right, come on.
What are you doing?
Let's not.
Put it back. I'm not done.
Okay. Guys.
We can talk over it.
Hey guys. She's
Turn
doing
it
her
down.
lashes, and we're gonna be here just chatting to y'all. Please double tap the like.
I had made a whopping 16 grand with my online boutique. So
Doesn't even have the audio synced.
I've never been somebody that has made a really good income. I've never been somebody that has made...
First of all, how are we going to get away
sounds
with
like MLM, but
reposting such stellar content? Like how is that going to?
What is this? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know.
What are we fucking doing? Like, this is
everybody thinks that everybody wants to hear what they have to say.
well, that goes without saying. This is what we do. Like, we do this as well. Like, we think that everything that we have to say is so fucking important. We need to broadcast it on YouTube and Twitter. I get that.
Speak for yourself.
It's not in this fucking vein, though. Like, this is fucking... Could you imagine walking around with a fucking phone, with a camera on, like, wiping the counter down, I don't know, washing your ass, and talking...
I'm more concerned about the people that watch it.
Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. Hi, Dave. Hi, Julie. Hi... And they're fucking... And they've got...
It's Ben, Dave, and Julie that are the problem, Ryan.
It really is.
No, they're just enablers.
Well, yeah, but that's the
An
problem.
audience for it.
There's people watching this because their fucking brains are melted.
The problem is there's a platform for it. Take it back to the root. It's not because there's people watching it. It's because the fucking platform exists for people to make shit for people to watch.
No, because the platforms were never designed to do this. They were designed to do things that were actually interesting and
They were
like thought provoking. Do you remember when Facebook first came out? Yeah.
Facebook was like all about, oh my God, I haven't seen that guy in 20 years. Oh my God, I haven't seen that guy in 10 years. Oh my God, it was all about, that's how they got you. They were like, all those people that you connected with in your life, you can connect with them again in a real and meaningful way. And so a lot of our communications became digitized and we lost a humanity part of the way we communicate. And now we think shitty things are like entertaining because maybe we missed a human connection. Like, I've gotten sucked into reaction videos for like a small stint. I also watch Pawn Stars for a small stint. What are you going to do? And
Reality TV. Yeah, no, it is. It's something. You're right. You're looking for that human element, right? But it's gotten to that point. Like, Jen says, "Are we better? We show up and listen to poo talk." You're absolutely right. But that's the point. We do this. Like we try to be entertaining. We actually try to give you something that's interactive and fun, and we're not sitting here literally. Did you see the one guy? His head was down like this, and he was scrolling and doing something else on his phone, and there was people watching and liking the video while he's scrolling his phone doing other shit. Like
it was the mystique, Ryan.
You know what, Barry, you're on fire tonight because I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. Voyeurism and narcissism together at last. He's fucking right. It's exactly what it is.
Well, voyeurism and narcissism are already joined at the hip.
But it is. It's the voyeurism is the person that's sitting there fucking live streaming them fucking doing absolutely nothing. And then the narcissism is thinking that it's, you know, important enough to do. And you wonder why the media has, and everybody blames the media as the virus. No, we're the virus. We created this. We created this. We need constant fucking injections of that serotonin. We need that.
That's a Matrix idea, by the way.
Shock and awe. We need shock and awe. Do you remember the first time you saw a beheading video, James?
Yeah, I do. I've heard the first time I saw stoning a woman video too.
Or anybody. Do you remember Faces of Death? Do you remember that?
Of course I
Rotten.
do.
Right?
Of course.
Rotten.com. When those things first came out and you went to it and you were scared to go. You're like, holy fuck. And you're
Faces
watching
of Death was like a VHS tape that only one guy had and was passed around. Right?
Yeah, and your stomach dropped when you saw something and you're like, holy fucking shit. And it wouldn't leave your brain for days.
Yeah, you couldn't unsee it. Two Girls in a Cup was like that.
Yeah. It's
Never
still like
saw
that
it.
though. But we're there now to the point where none of that bothers us anymore. And we're looking for a better hit. This is heroin. It's what it is. We got the first hit and we got hooked and we're chasing dragons now. We're chasing social media
it's like
dragons.
A rat hitting the feeder bar for a pellet, right? Just like you're stuck in the cage and you're just going to consume now.
To the
Hit
point where
thing and feel good.
where I can't get the hit. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go stand out on the street corner and yell and scream and become the content, you know? It's been
like that for a while, but the format is like always changing. But you know, Facebook was like that. Excuse me, I just inhaled a chip. As I tend to do. Yeah.
Put it on TikTok. You'll get thousands of views.
Yeah, just James coughed. Oh my god,
James
that's a million
coughing.
likes. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Oh, but if you tell people what brand of chips that you're choking on, then people will tag the company.
Pringles.
Go viral. And what flavor?
Regular.
I like the barbecue ones.
Regular.
You know how
what
they
are you,
make Pringles?
psycho?
Do you know how they make Pringles?
Yeah, kind of like how they make plywood.
Instant mashed potatoes and plywood.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's like press
glue
board, yeah.
It's glue and dehydrated potato.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just put it. Yeah.
Did you know?
Deconstruct it and put it back together, boys.
Did you know that? I don't know if they still do this, but for like 50 years, the way that they photographed ice cream was mashed potatoes that was dyed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
because
it
it
would
doesn't melt.
on set.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can scoop it. And
I watched-
fluff it, and it's got that ring and that perfect.
You know that Chef Reactions guy? He just did.
Yeah.
I just watched it today. There's a lady that's got a video. Again, here we go with people doing fucking stupid things on TikTok for no reason.
Stupid videos.
I've seen so many bad dishes on
Food
his
ones?
feed.
No, she takes 4 cans of Pringles and puts them in boiling water to make them mashed potatoes.
Honestly, when you said she takes 4 cans of Pringles and puts them,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure where
that was going to go. No, it's OnlyFans. That was
So I'm
OnlyFans.
pretty jacked that it's just mashed potatoes at this point.
No, and she made mashed potatoes out of it, and he broke it down as she was doing it, and it was the most disgusting fucking thing in the world to watch. And that's what we do now, though.
It seems genius almost. You like full.
Well, there you go. You're hooked. You're the target audience.
No, I'm
well,
not.
maybe it's a good idea.
If you want dehydrated food, just buy dehydrated food packets.
I go like a week without posting on Twitter sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I have detached myself fairly well, I think, from social media over the past year.
I just repost our shit.
Yeah, she's a retweeter. She doesn't tweet anything. She's so boring on fucking Twitter.
Sometimes I'll do like 3 tweets in a day and then do nothing for 4 days.
Yeah. We haven't fought. I was trying to. You promised us a fight. I'm trying to pick a fight. Yeah, now she's gonna cry.
Why are you yelling at me?
Yes.
All right, I'm out. This brings back too many memories.
I just I know why we are where we are, and it's what I just played. That's why we are where we are. And you know what? You want to blame China in some weird conspiratorial way? Do it, because you're right. That algorithm has fucked us all.
Parenting.
And parent, yeah. Well, parenting.
No,
it's because we put devices in front of the kids now.
What'd you just do with
That's
that?
what I mean. Remember the boob tube? It was called the boob tube when we were kids, and then we gave one to put in their pockets, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, boob tube was bad. You shouldn't watch too much TV. Here's a portable one.
Mm-hmm.
you put in your pocket, watch anytime you want. Mommy.
Did
Daddy
you
won't be
have
there.
Did you have TV in your room when you were a kid?
When I became a teenager, I did.
Same here.
It was the old TV that we didn't use anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did.
Yeah,
but
and I remember I used to, you know what I used to use it for at night? I would watch the opening of David Letterman's monologue in his top 10, and once the top 10 was gone, it meant it was midnight, and I would switch it to comedy at the Improv.
Oh, really?
And I would leave stand up on and fall asleep to stand up.
That's a good
and
idea.
And it was that was my introduction to in-room TV.
Yeah, I had the same schedule with Letterman. And then I think I switched to, I don't know what I used to switch to. I think Conan or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was on at like 12.
Yeah, he was on at 12, so you would get his monologue. I never cared about the guests. I always fucking.
I didn't really.
Oh no, yeah.
I just wanted to hear the
guests. I'd be like, meh.
Yeah,
like,
if I wanted to see them, if it was somebody I actually liked, then yeah, of course. But I was
Patrick's was fun.
I was always excited about the monologue though. I'm a stand-up junkie, right? Like that was kind of always what I wanted to do. Radio and stand-up. Those were the two things that I knew that if I would have applied myself a little more, I probably could have done it. I'm glad I didn't do the radio thing because that's a fucking horrible industry to fucking live in when you're like me and you like stability.
Yeah.
A comedy might have been fun.
Is on my bucket list. Like
we should do it
one time.
We should both do it.
Spend like 6 months getting 10 minutes of material and just fucking give her. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I'd be game for that.
You would fucking you. I've told you this ever since I've known you.
I've always wanted to do it too.
You would fucking no. She would eclipse us.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I can see it already. Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely. But you know, I'd be fine with that. Even if I bomb, it's just a bucket list thing, right? Like it's just like one of those things where it's like if I don't, because imagine you just like lucked out a fucking stellar step, you know, that would just be the greatest feeling in the world. But even if you go viral, you can walk away going, you know what? At least I fucking tried, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, Douglas.
But you know what? Bombing. If you listen to actually like seasoned comedians. Bombing is fucking awesome.
Part of the process.
And it becomes a better story later on, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, like Richard Gadd, he's doing great.
Which one's that again?
Baby Reindeer.
Baby Reindeer. Yeah, exactly.
He bombed a whole bunch. Now he's famous. Some other stuff happened too, but now he's famous.
Douglas Connors of the True North Eager Beaver podcast joins us for the end of the show, and I am so glad to see you.
Hello. I do not know why I am fuzzy.
Because you
haven't shaved.
You haven't shaved.
Or actually, it's Douglas. He hasn't shaved in about 4 hours.
Yeah.
You grow a beard faster than anyone I've ever met in my life.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Like I feel like you're Santa Claus and you're just trying to hide it.
Yeah, like Tim Allen when it just keeps sprouting in that movie. Every time he shaves.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
Wow. That was hot. What's up, Red Light District?
This is weird. Oh well.
I had a question regarding the animals and your show. So you're a beaver, correct?
Absolutely.
And your Sweetie is your beaver Sweetie.
Absolutely.
So and Ryan's Mr. Otter.
Yep.
And I'm Mrs. Otter by default.
Yes.
So why is the bear fucking a fox? Why is that the only
we don't
weird
judge at the Beaver
crossover?
Lodge.
Jack Hanna would like a word with you.
I thought about it recently, and I was like, everybody's paired off, and then all of a sudden somebody just picks up a fox and breeds it with a bear.
You get a box.
You might. You just might.
A fair box.
So it was just a curiosity. I was like, I thought we were pairing like for the arc, you know?
Yeah. By the way,
preparing for the arc.
Yeah.
Thought we were supposed to do pairs.
It seems like when I'm on the show, you know, like 35 years from now, it's like
that's a good. That's good. That's good.
There's so many.
It's true.
I just that's Ashley's thought for the night.
How come I don't have an animal?
Pardon?
Oh yeah, what are you? What's James?
Fucking snake.
We don't know yet.
Fuck me.
No.
Wow. Kitty's got nails.
I agree.
No.
I actually agree. That's the sad part. Anyways,
That was funny.
No.
Yikes.
I think I have to be now, Douglas.
Forest.
No.
Something that lives in
No.
the forest. I don't
Unless
know,
you
James could be.
absolutely want to be in your heart of hearts, but no.
I would say
You're a
James would be
marmoset.
something. No, I would say he's like a chippy.
Marmoset.
James is a chipmunk.
Oh, a chipmunk?
Yeah.
What's
Chipmunk.
what's a
No,
That
marmoset?
doesn't
Chippy.
fit.
You tell me. You're talking about it.
I just keep. I don't know why that word
I
came to
don't
my head, but I
know.
don't even know what the fuck
I
it
bet it's
is.
soft like a Charlie, but it's slippery.
You wanna be a
like
chipmunk?
Like a ferret.
I don't
James.
know if I want to be a chipmunk. I don't know.
No.
How about a
But
red-colored
yellow.
squirrel?
Yeah, you could be a
For
red
some
squirrel.
Yeah, red squirrel.
Baller.
A little temperamental, unpredictable sometimes.
Good climber.
Sometimes very predictable. Right?
Well, there you go. Now you're a squirrel.
Always looking for his nuts.
Now, if you
Yeah,
search
there
for
you
a
go.
partner,
Always searching for nuts.
I'm not trying to be racist, but when you're
I keep
searching
them
for a
in my
partner, I
cheek.
hope you look for another red squirrel
Yeah, I think I don't want another red squirrel. I want to date a black squirrel.
and
No.
not something that's 50 times your size. Oh, that's fine. Squirrel crossover's fine. I'm cool with that.
What?
I hate when I see squirrels that are different colors that are fighting. I'm always like, just get along. They're always like,
She
picking on
does. She
one
yells
gray
at
one.
squirrels. If there's a gray one and a brown one and they're fighting, she yells at them.
Or if like two of the black ones,
That's
or
what I
one
married.
gray one, or two brown ones, or a lighter one. It's just not cool, man. None of that racist girl shit.
Oh, the porcupine.
Oh,
Not that prickly.
well, hedgehog.
Nah.
They got fuzzy tummers.
You're an armadillo. You got a soft
about a
belly but a
wolverine or
hard
something?
shell.
Wolverine's distinct from
Wolverine.
Canadian.
Easy, tough guy. Holy fuck. I'm
They're not that
Godzilla.
big, and they're angry. What's not
James
going?
is a seagull. Oh, shit. When he's
Mine.
not shitting,
Mine.
he's squawking.
That's true.
That's
I do
kind
have
of good.
have a stomach move. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm putting that up. That's kind of funny.
25
People
people.
We're gonna make him mad and he's gonna leave the show.
could've
Guys,
said you
stop.
were-
I haven't worked out at
No.
11, and now it's 11:01.
No,
See?
no. This man knows how to take a joke.
Oh yeah, I have
Does
to,
he?
now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
make
Does he?
jokes all the time. If I don't
Trust me. No. I was every now and then you have something saved in your podcast thing that you like put for later and you forgot about it and then it comes back.
Yeah.
There's an episode of ours, the one where Emil got booted because he said he didn't like rap as
Yeah.
a joke,
That was a good ejection.
and it was his birthday.
Still, that
So
even
it just made me
makes it all
think
the
of that. It was just like, ooh.
Yeah, he left a group chat that day too. I'm pretty sure it
I
went
think
pretty
so.
sideways after that.
I think
Yeah.
something was lost in translation. I don't think Emil
Some-
understood.
Yeah,
what it
something
would-
was, but it was, I remember I was just listening to that. I was like, oh, that brought me back to that.
I don't reject people anymore. I just eject myself.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh, Charlie wants on the air.
Hi,
She
Charlie.
came in and headbutts the mic.
Charlie's coming in hot.
Do you guys
Yeah.
want to
Oh.
continue? Because
Can
I have my kids here, and I just don't want to be loud after this time.
I just
They're
wanted
already
to make
speaking.
sure that we were all comfortable with knowing what animals.
I'd
we
like
were.
I'd like to hear one thing from Douglas, if you're okay with it. If you don't mind,
Absolutely.
we keep going. I'd like to hear his take on that debate.
Also, James, you could be an owl.
Oh.
Oh, I'll just hard out whenever I want. But go ahead, Doug. I want to hear the answer.
Well, here's the thing. As soon as they came walking out, Biden was trying to interact with the audience, but his voice sounded like immediately I thought, is
They
there
did say
something
he had a
wrong with his
cold.
voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't hear that part.
The cold was
and
called
then, like,
Thursday. Sorry.
Pardon?
The cold was called Thursday.
Jeez. Cold-blooded.
If he was my father, I'd be like, we need to check you into the hospital, I think. Like, holy fuck.
No, I mean, you knew it was going to be rough in that sense, because in a debate, volume matters, and when you lose your voice, already you're at a complete disadvantage. And then, of course, he's not feeling his best. So there were a couple of times where he looked a little ashen. So right away, like the first question, it was like, I was surprised. It's like, oh my God, Trump is actually somewhat contained. I mean, he's still saying bullshit, but it's like contained. I'm thinking, wow, is this going to be good? And the best part of that debate is when you were watching the side by sides, watching the person that wasn't talking. It was hilarious. Okay. Because, everybody's like talking about Biden's body language, right? Like, because the head down, looking like and all that kind of stuff, right? Trump is like, there were moments like this where Biden landed one, and like Trump was like, "Oh yeah, you got me," like this. And I'm sitting there like this, like you just confessed, dude, like this. And then there was another one where where Biden landed one, and Trump actually like you saw his head shake like that twice, and from that point he was rattled. So you saw Trump go from as contained as he could possibly be to sort of going into his sort of rally speeches, but without the yays from the audience, to then sort of going rambling, and sort of incoherent rambling. And then the last three questions, there wasn't even an attempt to answer them at first. They had to, like, he would do this thing, and then it's like, well, we still have 67 seconds, so we'll ask you again. The main one being, would you accept the results of the election? Because that's really the only question that mattered, really. And it was another yes if. Just like last time.
But
and it's like, now Biden had that moment, right? Third question in, where he's trying to say something, and then he loses whatever word it is, and then he's stuck, and then he just blurts out, we finally beat Medicaid or something. And then Trump picked the ball and ran with that. And I think, why he picked it up? But then after that, I'm sitting there going like, well, he didn't really do much with it, did he? Like, I was actually disappointed. I thought like he would have really ran with that and just been ruthless. He didn't really do much with it. And so that part surprised me. And because he had more energy and because he had more control of volume, it looks like he mopped the floor with him. And then if you do the Kennedy-Nixon text, the Kennedy, no, is it? No, not Kennedy-Nixon. Is it Kennedy-Nixon? Yeah,
it was
the Kennedy-Nixon text.
Yeah.
If you turn off the volume, Biden looked awful, right? But if you were looking at just the words, if Biden had the volume and the energy that you saw in the clip today, when he was addressing the rally, I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, we were talking about this. Yeah.
Where was that guy yesterday? If he had that voice, when Trump opened the door at one point in the debate saying, you guys did all these stuff and you guys should be investigated and go to jail, and he turned around, the only person convicted felon on this stage I'm looking at is you. Now,
do you remember when Robert De Niro?
I have this you because he didn't have any voice. Now imagine if he had that voice. And that
do you remember when Robert De Niro in The Irishman curb stomped that guy, and it became a fairly viral clip because it was like the director allowed it to somehow make the final cut because it looked like an old man acting like he was sort of stomping a guy. Do you remember that? I know The Irishman. That's what you saw. I think that anyone that watches that doesn't have immediate concern for the well-being and health of Joe Biden is not his friend. And that's how I feel about that. Like, I think that hating Trump and wanting issues to go your way are one thing, but that man is not well. I don't think that he's mentally all there. I think he answered a question about abortion, about immigration. He
that's pretty bad.
He did. That's what he did. He was confused and he didn't know how to pivot away. And then he said something about being at the funeral of a 12-year-old girl, whatever, and he just flipped immigration.
It's awful, but what the hell are you saying, sir?
I think he started an abortion answer and then immediately just like spat out an immigration answer. You'll see it. I'm sure there's many clips.
Douglas, what should the DNC do in August?
Well, oh God, I hate saying this. I don't know what they should do, to be totally honest. But I believe the issue of vice president
is a big one.
Is definitely one that's there.
Yeah.
I am.
Do you think we run Biden and put another VP in? That's like a Gavin Newsom.
That would
I know
probably
everybody's saying Gavin Newsom's name, and he's polarizing. I get it, and I think that's why his name is getting touted a lot. But do we replace the VP, knowing that? But this also should open something up. I'm sorry. Let me finish this, and then I promise I'll give you the floor. But this should open up something else even bigger than that. Why are we looking at the VP, everybody? Why aren't we looking at the fucking president?
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. Sorry, go ahead, Douglas.
Okay. If we get away from the media sensationalism and the horse race stuff, you've got two people. One clearly is somewhat mentally incapacitated.
100%.
And it's not Biden.
100%, you're right. And
all right?
You're gauging
because
the
because he came into the game. At least this loopy, and then got even more so. Whereas Biden is team normal. That's how we sold him the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We had team drama all the fucking time. So much fucking drama. My God. And I'm gay.
I was going to say, that's coming from a gay man, everybody.
We kind of love drama. Right?
Oh my God.
But not in this sense.
Shit. Holy fucking Christ. Okay. So, team normal. On any given fucking day, Joe Biden, one, is a decent man, experienced, and by far the more competent of the two, even at 70%. And it's not like the man doesn't know how to surround himself with the team that he needs to, and there's nothing that says that somewhere in the presidency he can't step down.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's an administration. It's not one man. It is an administration.
The 25th Amendment comes in.
I think that what he's thinking is, who's the only person to have defeated Donald Trump?
It's not the same.
When they're asking who else is it, and given what, if people think that Donald Trump's side is motivated by whatever's going on there, throw in the possibility, right? The very, very real possibility of a President Kamala Harris, when you know that this is a basically backlash reaction to Obama, and then you get black and female. Because the last time they had a female was Hillary Clinton, the person the most prepared for the job, probably the most investigated woman in the history of the United States. And they didn't find anything to lock her up with. And they still didn't choose her. Like
the problem
in
is
the
you're
hierarchy,
thinking,
they elected a
like
black
what
male
should happen and
president
not what
before
happened.
they elected a female. Who would have bet on that one in the United States? Right? So the Republican Party, if that's the fastest thing that they could do, is to have another vice president, because that's a stumbling block and it could energize the campaign. It would certainly be a move because they're not taking Kamala Harris anymore. If they were to do that, that would definitely just change the narrative. People would be stuck talking about that. Problem is, how many votes in South Carolina are you going to lose?
I think more Americans would rather vote for a malignant
Or
narcissist
Michigan.
than a person who has dementia. I think that's
You're possible, but the thing is that the malignant narcissist also has dementia.
I don't think it's even close to being the same type of thing. I think he's a relentless asshole, a sociopath, all those things. But I don't think that he's like.
Here's the thing.
Biden looks like he's like a week away from the old folks.
It's all looks. But what has the man accomplished? If he's accomplishing this with dementia that everybody says that he has, let him freaking keep working.
No, I think the 25th Amendment applies. I think he's mentally incapacitated. He needs to.
Then the other one has to go too.
No, it's not the same.
Because
thing.
the other one's is just as mentally incapacitated, if not more.
Nope, not the same thing. Like the other guy doesn't know it's Tuesday when it's Tuesday, and Donald Trump does.
See, the thing that fascinates me about this is that why everybody is thinking of the two, because I doubt very much that any party is going to change one of the two at this point. I very much doubt it. Of the two, why is everybody pushing for the guy who's decent to go?
Because he can't win if he comes off the way he came off at that debate. He can't win. It's not about sensible and who should win. We both know Trump should not win, right? Should not win any election. But if you're American and you're a centrist or you're a person that doesn't normally vote but will, you're not going to vote for dementia over narcissism. And that's
here's the curve. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, because now we all everyone on this panel would not vote for Trump, so it doesn't even like begin to even speak to like what should happen. I think that if the Democrats don't change their candidate in during their convention, which would be a rare thing in and of itself, I think they lose because of what we witnessed last night. And I think that whether or not we think it's fair is completely irrelevant. I just think what's more likely to happen is that people saw that and they were like, first of all, a lot of them were probably like, is this man okay? There was a lot of moments there where like he seemed like he could collapse at any second. Like, honestly, I don't think he's gonna live a year, Douglas. I like he looks really bad. And I don't have the experience of Ashley. I don't know enough people in my life that have dementia, but I worked at a library for 6 years, and there was old folks home across the street, and I would see various patrons fall through various stages of dementia over the period of 6 years that I lived there, or that I worked there. And you can tell, like when someone is like, oh, they're in the spectrum of dementia now, the long pauses, the you can't remember the book that you checking out the safe every week and all that kind of stuff.
The thing is,
and they look exactly like Biden looks when he wasn't talking. Like
people think that dementia is this disease where it's like it begins and it's like you slowly start forgetting things and then you remember them and then you forget them even more and then you remember nothing. But it's not that. It's literally there's tiny pieces. Like, so think of like your brain as a really nice park that's got one big tree in the middle of it, and there's these like leaves that kind of fall and they land, but everywhere they land they kill what is underneath them. So you never actually know what part of somebody's brain is going to be affected in what order because of that. So it's not like people have different types of dementia. There's vascular dementia, there's frontal lobe dementia, there's Lewy body dementia. Like it's a very broad spectrum that just refers to the deterioration of your brain because of these plaques and tangles that fall and die. So it's not like it starts and then it just progresses rapidly and it's always the same. It's never the same in any two people. Some people just lose the ability to speak one day. Some people never shut the hell up. Like there's some people that have crazy night terrors. There's some people that will remember absolutely every single member of their family and everything that ever happened. There's some people that think that they're living in the 70s for some reason. You never know what you're going to encounter.
This comment is perfect for the one that you made me watch. I watched a documentary because Ashley lived this life, right? So she's like, you got to watch this. This is so interesting. And he says, Linda says, yes, at the after party, he was dancing to Beyonce. Well, yeah, you know what? There's people that are nonverbal until they get behind a piano and start singing and remember every word to every song they ever fucking wrote.
Music unlocks a lot of things.
You know, like
brain. It's music is literally magic when you have.
I think everything that Ashley's saying is bang on. And I don't think that the American public, by and large, have the nuance to look at it through that lens.
No.
And all they're going to see is a guy who's lost his faculties, and they're not going to vote for him in large numbers. I don't think.
And this is what I mean. I'm not saying attacking the. I'm not. And my opinion doesn't say attack the man. My opinion says attack the system that we've created, the monster that is American politics, and the monster that is American politics saw a guy yesterday that will fucking lose an election.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
guys. I'm hard out.
It's not fair.
I have to leave my own show again.
Right.
All right, I'll close it out.
Can you lock up?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll shut the lights off.
All right, thanks, guys.
Good night, James. James D. Fiore of Blackballed, the podcast.
I'm not saying Biden's fine. I'm just saying I don't think that's exactly what's going on.
I agree, and I don't take anything away from the man, but at the same time, the man he's 80.
Would it be better? Would it be better if they had a more dynamic person? Absolutely. The thing is that the reason for which Biden could defeat Trump the last time is because Trump's thing is that he defines people before they have a time to define themselves.
Right.
You can't do that with Joe Biden. If you replace him with someone new,
yeah,
that's what you get. It has to be someone that's at least as known, that has at least a good enough track record.
That's kind of
can't
it,
just
though,
be a
right?
Gavin Newsom. It can't just be. It has to be somebody that's known nationwide
So
for a long time.
Can I give you?
I think this is crazy because,
And that's the same thing in Canada too. That's why the Conservatives keep on demanding that Trudeau go too, because this, and yes, he's definitely not. He's not as high point, but if they replace him with whoever it is, that's what the Conservatives do. That's what their machine does. As soon as the person is named, there's a meme out 5 seconds later with the leadership thing. It's before it used to be congratulations on your win. No, there's a meme going like within 5 seconds. Like this, they have one prepared for each one of the candidates, and then they put one out like this. It's so, and that's strategically that's been the thing. The Conservatives have been great at trying to define. Trudeau has been around for the amount of time. Love him or hate him, you know who he is.
100%.
We're in the same boat though when it comes to that.
We're pretty much in the same boat. There's some parallels going on right now.
Big time.
Well, and this is why
big time.
It's funny to me because like this is what you do. Like you talk politics daily, and this is your world.
That's
right?
why it's nice to have Ashley here, because Ashley is disconnected from this entirely.
Yeah, I just can't. It upsets me.
Listen, this is it's ridiculous.
So
it's ridiculous,
and that's kind of it. So it's like I'm just not getting involved because like there's already a lot of politics within the environments that I choose to work in. That's enough for me to take on.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Long-term care and education. They're not hot button topics at all in this province.
I'm good with what I have in my own basket at home.
Yeah.
Well, see the thing,
and I know how to vote to help myself.
Let her
in
get
that
it out.
sense. But we talked about this earlier, and this is funny to me because Douglas is saying what I was saying. Who's gonna replace him? This is why Biden's fighting this to the goddamn death, because he has to, because nobody else. Who's
340 million fucking people in a country, and we can't find somebody, eh? Isn't that fucking wild? Isn't that wild, though?
It's not that they couldn't find it. It's just, it's one of those things, too, right? It's like, he's the president. He did do a good job. He's got all this year's experience. But he's built all that respect, and it's sort of like, it's
his administration.
Again, the same thing that they're saying about Trudeau. The same thing they're saying about Trudeau. You know, it's like, we were in third place. He brought us to majority. He got us a couple of terms. He did some transformative stuff like this.
Delivered on 93% of his provinces or of his provinces or promises from campaigns. Absolutely, 100%.
So he gets to choose when he wants to go, even if that means he sinks the ship.
But if they were all smart, if we were all smart enough, if we were smart enough as a whole, as a country, if we were politically smart enough, and we could spread the message to people that it's not the guy, it's the admin. It's that administration. It's the party that does this. The party is what makes this happen. Those laws that Biden strokes a pen over in the Oval Office, he didn't write them, everybody. Someone else did. He's approving them as he's putting his presidential seal on it. He's doing the thing. Same thing happens in this country. Those fucking laws. We just watched capital gains tax. These things, Justin Trudeau wasn't sitting tweeting on the toilet coming up with these fucking ideas, everybody. He has an administration that does this for him. And he is the figurehead of it. He is the spokesperson. He is the hype man of that fucking thing that entire machine behind him is doing.
It's just a delivery system.
So if you take away the fucking front man and just know that everything that's happening in the background is that's what matters in politics, in any politics, like Canada, US, anybody that's in a modern democracy. That's how it works. It's not one guy. That's a dictatorship. That is an actual dictator. Justin Trudeau didn't make the border laws when COVID was happening. No, it wasn't him. Everybody. That was a consortium of fucking people that said that. It was a consortium of people that fucking gave advice to provinces to enact their provincial fucking guidelines, and they either accepted or declined them. It's a consortium. The guy, you can hate the guy all you want, but if his fucking party is fucking delivering, just focus on that. That's it. That's it. You know, and because I'm the first guy to say, yeah, you know what? We're all tired of seeing fucking politician X on fucking television or on Twitter or on whatever. 100%. We're all fucking tired of it. But you know what? This draws back to my point earlier about the serotonin hits and the fucking, I need drama. I need something new. And I'm bored with this. Give me something else. And that's all it is. We're just bored. Everybody's bored with something. That's why videos are 15 seconds long that you scroll through on Instagram. Because your brain fucking doesn't know how to fucking...
That's your whole attention span.
Yeah, it doesn't have...
That's
Yeah,
all you got.
Yeah. We've all been conditioned to live this way. So, love them or hate them, fuck whatever. I don't know. I'm just...
We got a problem.
We have a problem. We have a real fucking problem. And I don't know if it's going to get fixed. That's the thing. Like, you know what I said earlier before you came on the show, Douglas, and tell me I'm wrong. I can fix this tomorrow. Okay? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Every single social media platform ban politicians from it. So they have to go back to just doing TV campaign ads. You'd see one a week, maybe back. Remember in the
Maybe
90s?
a couple billboards.
You'd see a billboard. You'd see a sign on someone's lawn. That was it. But if you give them a fucking 24/7 open stump on fucking social media, that's where we went wrong. Social media was never supposed to be about politics, and it was never supposed to be about business. So yes, I understand. You have to pay for the fucking infrastructure of social media. So yes, let's get commercial things. Wendy's can throw ads up. Burger King throws an ad up. Sears, fuck whatever. Why did we allow politicians on here the way we do? Why did we let them do this? Like, why are they infiltrating this the way that they do? Why are they allowed to without cost? And yeah, they pay for ads, but at the same time,
almost don't need it.
If you got rid of them off of social media, I guarantee you it'd be fixed tomorrow. At least within a generation.
Well, maybe it's like
maybe not tomorrow.
Maybe like 75% of it.
You know what I mean?
See, here's part of me sees your point. The part of me that has a communications background, PR background, says that wouldn't matter. Because it's not where the politicians, where the people are, and where the people are. If I can shift the conversation, that's where I want to be.
Where are they? Where are the people? Where are the people that are politically connected right now? Like connected to politics and consuming politics. Where are they?
I understand.
Social media.
Yes, but because you're on social media and you cross it, right? Think of it as accounting, right? They pass a law. They say you can't do that. What's the first thing rich people do? They go and see their accountant. They go and see their lawyer, and let's see find me a loophole.
Yeah,
or find me a workaround.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Same thing here.
So shore that up. Shore it up. You're not coming. You're not on my Facebook anymore. Just like they banned news from Facebook, I want them to ban a politician from Facebook.
The politicians aren't like this, but still the fake accounts, the ghost accounts, whatnot, the people will posing as people, individuals, will talk politics and stake the engagement, and they pass the message through that way.
Sure. Yeah, but it wouldn't be. You know that the traction of a Pierre Poilievre tweet does not get the traction of Dave 1972 Freedom Convoy fucking Canada flag gets.
I absolutely
and never will.
I absolutely agree. I never will. But it's still there, and the people who are addicted to that, right? And out of these groups, right? It's volume. They flood the zone. So given that a broken clock is correct twice a day, every now and then there is going to be a legitimate thing to be upset about, and then they're going to say something about that average person go, yeah, and boom.
Yeah. Yeah. But
they throw so much out there, something's going to connect.
Yeah, I guess. But not at the level we're at now. I'm sorry, but not like the way
Probably not. Or
the way
probably
Pierre
it would have taken a
Poilievre
longer time to get there.
and Melissa Landsman tweet, like people like that are on there 24/7 and just 20, and it's just a constant barrage of just bullshit. And it's like the only reason why it's being fed, and those people that you're talking about, those ones that are like the useful idiots, the bots, like the human bots, the actual. Did you take him anywhere? He just laid there. So, all right. I'm just checking on the dog. The dog is going nuts, but he won't fucking move. We're very, very in tune with our dog's waste issues. We want to make sure that he doesn't need to go pee. No, but what my thing is with it is, if that guy that's the useful idiot or the bot isn't being fed by his fucking master constantly, he's not going to care as much as he does today. And we've created these monsters.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to kill these monsters. That's the problem. We need to kill them before they... And I don't think we'll ever do it. I don't think we'll ever be able to do it. I think it's wishful thinking on my part. But politicians need to be banned from fucking social media. They just do. They just get rid of them. It's a start. You know what I mean? It's a start. It's a fucking start. If we ban news, why can't we ban a fucking politician? They gave him a gray check mark on Twitter instead of fucking banning them. No, we've elevated them. Remember when Elon said, "I'm going to make it even"? No, he didn't. He made it worse.
If someone was going to propose it as an experiment, I'd have to seriously consider it.
Yeah, just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. You know. I don't know. I'm tired of it. I'm so. Go ahead. Sorry.
My thing is they are obligated to communicate with us,
which they were able to do for decades prior to social media. Everybody.
Absolutely, about what it is that they're doing in our name with our dime.
Yep.
They're not doing that. Because a lot of it is just all the attack stuff that's not telling me what you're doing with my dime. So if there were a way to constrict rules, so political communications must meet these standards, you must be informing the public about something that you are doing or an activity that you are engaged in, a law that you are proposing, the law, right?
So keep the opinion out of it and leave it like facts only.
Yeah, keep it on the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the political commentary is putting other people's intentions on trial. We propose the bill, whatever it is, for internet, whatnot, and it's like, why does he want to censor the internet? He wants to tell you what he can publish. What does he?
And if he did, that includes him.
But, yeah, that's what. But it's like, does he? It's like, how do you know this? Have you had an in-depth conversation? Is there any like this? This is what he wants. It's taking people's intentions, putting them on trial. Because if you do not like somebody, because ascribing to them the worst of intentions and then fighting against that in order to be a hero, right? That's a social media thing. That's a political thing. You know, it's constructing the political enemy. You know, because if you never fight the actual person, you fight an image of the person that you create.
Yeah.
So you create them to be as whatever you think that your demographic doesn't like, and then you place yourself as the valiant hero that's conquering.
Yeah, you make a monster.
Right.
And you make your
I'm
base
here to fight the
believe
monster.
you make your base believe that monster's real.
Yes.
Valid.
Yeah.
And they're all doing it. It's a common thing, right? But then it's just like, you know, how far will you let yourself go? Liberals talk smack about Poilievre, but no way in the way he talks smack about them. I guess, and the conservatives.
Yeah, no, the official ones, but the talking heads and the social media, the social media people are just as bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the other thing, right? With our parliament, you have 338 people, MPs. I guess if the rule was that MPs' tweets or social media posts had to come from them personally, and or they had to actually take the time to do it, considering they have to everything they have to do in a day and all the community events they go to and all the committee work and whatnot. If they had to come from them, not from a team, because it's not 338 MPs, right? It's 300 MPs communication teams, and then each party has their own on top of that.
It's not wasteful at all.
But that's a lot of, and they are up 24/7 because that is all they do. So that's what you're looking against, right? So maybe if social media posts from MPP accounts, MLA accounts had to be actually written, typed in by the MPP or the MLA themselves.
Oh yeah, I don't
then
think
watch things change.
Maybe a bit.
They wouldn't be able to produce as much content and do their job.
Yeah, it's true.
They do have to show up for things.
Yeah,
but they all have the other. They have the the CPC account.
Oh yeah.
They have the Pierre Poilievre account. They have the Justin Trudeau account. They have the Liberal Party account. They have this is the Liberal Caucus bathroom janitor account. They all have something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we gotta.
You could also just reduce it to just one party account, but you still get the same amount of content.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But then then again, right? The MP has to communicate with their own constituents. So
which we were able to do before the internet. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. But
yes, we made it easier, 100%. And you should have direct access to your MP, MPP. You should have direct access to the people that you are paying to serve you. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't mean that they should have direct access to a fucking podium to
It doesn't mean that they should have direct access to you.
To you.
Yeah.
That's right. It should be a one-way. It should be a one-way street that you initiate.
Yes.
And if you want to make it a two-way street, that's your call.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think we've gotten and this is that whole identity politics thing that we never fucking subscribe to in this country. And it makes me sad that we're doing it now under false pretense. Like we do it under false pretense now. And it's so disheartening to know that we used to be better. Like we used to be way better than this. Like we were so much better. We were always the ones that people would hold up against this and be like, yeah, if you had, you talk about like the back in the days of Mulrooney, like I'll shift it. I'll encompass all of the West. You ever seen a fucking president not fucking transfer power and not have that sweet little I'm leaving and you're coming in and we're gonna our wives and our everybody's here, first ladies are hanging out having lunch on the patio and
I wrote you a letter. It's in the desk.
It's in the desk and you get to read it. And the press secretary had the flak jacket. They used to have that flak jacket that they passed. It was an actual bulletproof vest that they would put little notes in. To the press secretary. I thought, it's so that those days of politics are romantic and they're fucking, you want to talk about, I want to go back to the way the country used to be. That's the country I want. I want the country that we had 15 years ago. You know what I mean? 20 years ago. I want politics to work that way again. And I swear to Christ, it was social media that fucked us. It was the biggest crux in this was giving everybody the soapbox I said it earlier, on the corner of King and James in downtown Hamilton, where the guy is yelling at you that the end is nigh, and you walk past him one day and you look at him and he's yelling in your face and he's spitting and the vitriol's there, but it's imbalance. Like he's mentally imbalanced and but he's yelling at you and you're like, okay, yeah, okay. And you just walk away and you ignore him. You know what we do now? We engage them for weeks on end on Twitter by quote tweeting them because I'm more right than you. So I'm going to quote tweet this and show you how crazy he is. And I'm going to, But all you're doing is you're perpetuating a cycle. You perpetuate that cycle every fucking day doing this.
Keep poking the bear.
Just keep amplifying crazy to make yourself look better. Like, I look like a hero because I'm right and you're wrong. That's what we're doing. That's what we're stuck in. And it's that parallel lane of my own ego and identity politics. And we've all fallen trap. We fell in the trap. We all fell in this trap. And here we are every day on that fucking stupid Twitter doing the same thing every fucking day. It's not healthy, and it's not like I have a grim, dark outlook for democracy in the West. I really do. And I don't think it comes from a place of conspiracy or hyperbole.
No, you're not one of those.
We're in trouble. Like, we're in trouble here. Like, we're in a lot of trouble. And you know who's at fault? Us. We fucking did it. It's our fault.
Well,
we let it happen.
I was just gonna say we at least let it.
We got so comfy, and we got so comfy in our fact that I can go and throw rocks at the prime minister when he's getting off of a fucking tour bus, and I can yell at him and call him a fucking tyrant and a piece of shit and whatever the fuck. I can just do that without any sort of anything, because that is my right to do. And then I can go and turn around on social media and say that I'm going to say it with big quotes, free speech, which we don't have here, is infringed upon. The disconnect, the cognitive disconnection in service of your own fucking agenda in this place is staggering, in my opinion. I'm gonna close on that because I don't want to talk anymore about fucking. I didn't watch the debate. You missed it. I actually.
I think we should go upstairs and have one last drink and watch it.
Yeah, I purposely, Douglas, just so you know, just for this show tonight, I purposely did not watch the debate because I wanted to. The only thing I wanted to do was I wanted to gauge the reaction of the media and the people on fucking social media. I didn't watch any clips. The only clip I watched was Jon Stewart talking about it.
God, I love Jon Stewart.
But I couldn't watch the CNN clips because they had clips of the debate. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm going to keep this my virgin eyes. You know what I mean? I just want to see how people are acting and reacting to whatever. And it was gross. It's gross. We live in a fucking gross place now. Like, it's so gross on both sides. And I'm not saying just one side or the other. Yes, and I'm with you. Biden had that by a country mile, the fact that he's not an actual felon. You know what I mean? That's a big fucking thing for me.
Yeah, no kidding.
But to watch...
Bar's real low.
Yeah, but to watch people find a way to fucking shove him under the bar even more, just because, you know, like, so, and which got my second guessing going. It's like, maybe he isn't fit. Maybe he really isn't. Just by, and this is, like I say, just by those reactions.
Yep.
So now I'm with Ashley. I'm going to go upstairs when we end this podcast. I'm going to watch the debate from start to finish. And I'm going to see for myself what happened.
It's not entertaining.
No, and that's not why I want to watch it.
No, but it's not like there's no parry, there's no thrust. The mute miking worked perfectly. Right.
Yeah.
But when there are side by sides, listen
and watch.
The guy saying like this, but watch the other person.
I will.
Right. Because everybody's talking about Biden's body language. The Bible's like, look at everybody's body language. There's some stories being told.
Yeah. Okay.
So watch the progression in the debate. A lot of people watch debates and they watch the first 20 minutes and then they're out. Anybody who watched the first 20 minutes, Biden lost it.
Okay.
Completely. Right. Not because it's abnormal for any person to get lost in their thoughts for a second, not because it's abnormal for an 80-year-old man to get lost in his thoughts, but because all that narrative of he's frail, he's senile, he's like this, he looked it in that moment and that night because, again, he didn't have all his voice. So he looked at, like, right there. I think my fourth tweet when I was tweeting it was like, oh, Republicans are going to have a field day with this. We're never going to hear the end of this one. Right. That was a packaged moment for the social media world.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah, it's a clip. That's
Now,
the clip. Yeah.
Throughout the night, Biden probably had more usable clips than Trump if you watch the debate.
All right.
The problem is that he doesn't have voice and energy. Right. So you see these moments happen like this. There's moments that go, boom, oh my God, he freaking nailed him.
Yeah.
But he was talking like this.
Yeah.
And
it went under
Right.
it went under noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So substance, clearly Biden. Right.
Pizzazz.
Like this.
Orange ass hat.
Yes, exactly. But again, by the standard that we judge him by, the first time around was crooked Hillary and, and jokes and quips like this. They were mean, but they were, now it's me.
Gross.
It's not the same vibe.
He's in defense mode.
Yeah, no shit though.
Like he had one job. Don't be an asshole.
Oh.
Don't be unlikable.
He doesn't. There's no way
happen.
That's never been a thing for him, though. He's
so
always been that guy.
So everybody's watching this is like, Trump did so much better. Like anybody that's potentially voting Biden is not voting Trump. Anybody already knows they're voting Trump is not voting Biden, right? There's a little thing in the middle.
100%.
Right? Because Trump, if you go to appearances and whatnot like this, looks like he won the debate. Right? In the debate, he did not a single thing to attract a new voter to him.
I heard, you know what, and there was other pundits that I did see, and they said exactly what you just said, and it was, well, Biden may not have won the debate, Trump didn't garner any new votes.
Yes. Okay. And what Trump, it seems to me, and this is where, when everybody's talking about the narrative, like Biden's already buried and whatnot, Trump seemed to be debating to make sure that his vote gets out, more like he's worried about his vote getting out. And again, compared to a Trump rally, all the energy like this, his energy wasn't there either. So
do you think
he really
he's
looked
in survival
like he was
mode?
rambling.
Like just for himself? Like, do you think that he's doing this just to save his own skin?
He really does not want to go to jail. He is way too soft for jail.
That's exactly what's going on.
I don't think
at the rate that this man whines about every fucking God. Could you imagine?
I still don't see him. I don't see him serving a day in behind bars.
Actual
I really
prison.
don't. I don't see it.
I could see maybe like a house arrest situation or something.
No, I see a plea deal where it's
if the documents case actually does go through though. We might have a different thing there.
You know what? I've always been an optimist to like you do the crime, you do the time. Yeah. I always do. That's just where I am. But
you got to remember one thing, right?
It's a different world for them
because of his 34 felony convictions. The next time he goes, he's not a first-time offender.
Oh.
The third time he goes, he's not a first-time offender. The fourth time he gets convicted because he's got 4 federal trials, he's not a first-time offender.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're equating that to you or me getting charged.
At some point, he goes to jail or like this, or they find him guilty and he has a heart attack out of the spot, and he doesn't.
I think it's going to be more of a. I think it'll be way more of an executive plea deal right off in the sunset. Go fuck yourself. You're banned from this. You can't do this. You're
a trip to Argentina.
Yeah, kind of one of those. But I don't see him spending a day behind bars. But do you know what I do have this weird? And again, I said I was closing, but I'm going to close.
Sorry. Just one little. Steve Bannon is going to jail.
Like on Tuesday or something, isn't it? Monday or Tuesday? Isn't he actually going to? Yeah.
Supreme Court said no for the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's only for about a month, but remember the build the wall thing is coming, and that one's state charges, so he can't be pardoned. Sorry, you were saying.
I've got this, and you know what?
It.
I hate that my brain does this, but my brain does, and this is where I like people think that people are so, oh no, you're in a silo. You're not. No, I do actually process some conspiracy theories that do have a touch of merit or like a smell of probability to them.
Not all conspiracies are fake.
No, absolutely not.
People
no,
do conspire.
100%.
That's why we have it in the criminal code. Some people do conspire.
That's
Some
right.
Conspiracies are real.
So
some.
let me ask you something.
Some.
Hail Mary.
Not all of them. They're not everywhere. There's not a conspiracy under every rock, behind every wall, behind every tree. But some conspiracies are real. Yes.
Yeah.
Trump's polling numbers continue to plummet. It's not like here where we have the vote split with the left, with the NDP and everything else, but they do have an independent. At what point do you think Trump pulls the pin and asks RFK to be his VP?
Oh. Part of me says I see it if he's trying to be ruthless, but the other part is there is only room for one star in Trump's sky, and RFK needs attention.
Yeah. Yeah, but he knows he won't win the presidency.
I know.
So if he can get VP, oh my God, I've got something. And Trump knows I need him to go away to garner the votes that he would have procured. When does he say, all right, DEFCON 1, RFK, call him?
From what I can tell,
they don't like each other, by the way.
No. There's this guy named Doug Burgum or something like that. That seems to be. I don't know too much about him, but like someone from North Carolina or something of the sort. That seems to be being talked about a lot. And I mean, Rick Scott is not going to get it.
Mark this. I just want this. The
Governor of North Dakota,
28th of June at 11:50. I'd like it marked that I said it because I have a feeling it's going to be a thing. I really do. I think it's going to be the Hail Mary pass at the end of this. And that's going to be his, and you're right, Jay Craig, it's going to be his useful idiot will be RFK because that brings votes. Because there are people like the Joe Rogan crowd love RFK. Everybody, the Joe Rogan crowd, and don't fucking underestimate them. We've talked about them a couple of times tonight. That Joe Rogan fucking crowd has that's the Taylor Swift of the right movement. You know what I mean? Or the center right. I don't want to say Joe Rogan's right because he's not. He really isn't a right. He's not a right wing guy. He leans right on certain things, especially when it comes to social issues. But he's a pretty centric guy. Again, if it's got anything to do with politics or science, I will not listen to his podcast. If he's talking to comedians, I fucking love the guy. He's got that long form podcast is great. 3 hours of just getting high and shooting the shit with funny people. I'm down. He is a normal dude that has opinions that people just, for some reason, just like a Jordan Peterson, they subscribe to it and they fucking it's the Bible, you know, like and that's the problem with, again, social fucking media and what we do here. But I think I've got this fucking weird feeling that Trump is going to say, somebody in his camp is going to say, oh, sorry, sir, they came to me and they said, sir, with tears in their eyes. They said, sir, Mr. Trump, sir, Mr. President, you have to call Robert. And I said, yeah. And I said, you know, I think it's going to happen. I really do. I really think it's going to, if not that, a cabinet position, secretary, like he'll be the chief of staff, secretary of state. Something is going to happen with RFK in the Trump administration.
Secretary of Health.
Mark my fucking, not mental. Mark my fucking words. It's going to happen.
I should not have said it out loud. I put it out in the universe.
Oh, no.
You did it. Actually, it's our fault now. This entire thing is our fault now.
You're welcome, United States. Sorry.
Yeah. Some mouth breathers watching this over there going, oh my God, this is a great idea.
Yeah, no. Take it down. Shut the whole thing down.
Yeah, I said, shut this podcast down.
Out. Well, I think on that note.
Yeah, what do you got planned for Canada Day weekend, mister? Speaking of, let's talk about our country for a minute and our amazing country that we live in. What do you have planned this weekend to celebrate this beautiful, beautiful place that we live?
The plan, it was supposed to be to go to some relatives of Alex's about 2.5 hours away for a barbecue and some hangout time.
Nice. Here comes the butt.
So something I'm still not at liberty to say, but something happened yesterday that made it such that we may no longer have the means to get there.
Oh, like vehicular?
It is not my story to tell.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair.
it's drama, everybody.
Yeah. My beaver sweetie, my beaver sweetie is still somewhat shaken up. He's at the stage where sometimes where an accident happens, where you're mad
Okay.
that the accident happened, and you're looking to
Yeah, I get it.
make
We've
someone
all had
pay.
a chart. We've all done
looking
the
how
chart.
to make someone pay.
Oh, I like this.
Like this, but it's not the problem is that the accident is his fault.
Oh, okay.
So, yes,
Having a hard time with that?
Just call Jake from State Farm.
I think he is having a hard time with that because,
I'm sorry.
like I said, we're still
Gotcha.
just over 24 hours.
100%.
He
Understandable, though.
He is rattled,
understandably,
and is looking for somebody did wrong somewhere in the process.
Yeah.
That's that thing he can latch onto to let the stuff out.
Get through it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that. I get that.
And
sometimes
that
you have to bite that bullet, unfortunately.
but that will happen for a day or two and whatnot, and then
Yeah, we got to
when
go
you
through
have time
some stages.
yeah, there's some stages right now, but I mean, he was the thing that happened is something that could rattle that could rattle you. Ultimately, everybody seems to be physically okay.
Good.
Alex is rattled emotionally, financially. It'll probably be costly.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so that stifled the plans.
So
Obviously,
right now we're looking for means to get there. Because
is
it's
it
not
east
like
or
it's-
west of you that you need to go?
I would guess east to west. See, that's really weird to me. It would be north south.
Oh yeah, sorry. I guess where you are.
Yeah, so definitely
is
south.
it Toronto bound or is it Quebec bound?
I think it's more Toronto bound, but not all the way into Toronto.
Is it north or
No,
south?
between Kingston and Toronto.
It's
I
not
would
far
say.
from here. You want to go? We should go rescue them. We'll rescue them. We'll grab them. We'll bring them to their party.
How are they gonna get back?
I don't know.
That was our thing. So no, we're looking to see if we can
stay
rent
somewhere, pick
we're
them
looking
up.
to see if we can rent something, but I mean,
we could be your Uber.
It's Canada Day weekend, right? So
Yeah, shit's already rented out and rammed.
Yeah, and really expensive to do on
Yes.
holiday weekends. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, school
I totally
just
get
let
that.
out. Like it's
So-
people have got all kinds of stuff booked. Yeah.
So now he's, of course, even more invested in wanting to be able to go.
Yeah.
To
of
have
course.
something good after this.
100%.
And if we can't get there, so I'm hoping that there's a way, because
Do you have a
the
barbecue?
next 48 hours might be a little tough around here.
Do you have a barbecue?
We do not yet. No.
Okay, I was going to say what you should do is just get like a Zoom thing going where you guys barbecue your own things, get your party there, and everybody just kind of do the thing. Make the best out of this. That's all.
Oh yeah. We can Zoom and stuff, but yeah, we'll find a way if there needs to be. But now I'm just trying. Right now I'm just trying to.
I don't know. Maybe we can figure
I'm just
something out.
trying to.
I got an idea.
I'm at the stage after when something happens, when something, and it is an accident. Like this is,
Of course.
I'm not saying if it's car or anything like that.
No, just an accident. Whatever.
There's an accident that happened. And
We've all had a shart. I know what it is. It's fine.
Yeah, it's,
it's
just dumb luck. And you know, and before he went to the place that he went, right on the way back, and all that kind of stuff, we were discussing whether or not we would do something else. So there's a lot of if only we had done this instead. We talked about it.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Don't do that.
But this is all happening simultaneously, right? So
Okay,
there's a lot
all right.
going on. There's a lot
Yeah.
going on. So when you're the person it didn't happen to, because I was not there when it happened.
Yeah.
But it was close enough to home that I was able to go, like, are you guys check and if everything was all right. It's sort of like I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But I know it's a lot.
This sounds fucking incredibly crazy.
And so it was like, do you need me to just be here? Do you need me to hold your hand? Do you need me to agree with you? Do you need me to do something? Why are you telling me these things? What do you want me to do with this? Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so are you telling me this because you want me to act on this? Agree with you? Just listen? Offer you a suggestion?
Am I offering
Or
advice?
I'm doing
Am I
that.
listening?
Or just let you rant.
I'm gonna
just tell me what,
I've told you this before. When people are losing their shit, the best thing you can ask them is, do you want me to give you advice or do you want me to just listen?
No, you know what?
Because sometimes you start giving advice and I'm like, if you could just let me vent and agree with me for like 5 minutes, I'd feel a lot better than you trying to offer me suggestions. It's just
yeah, but
ask
if what
people
you're
they
saying,
need.
but if what they're saying is not based in reality or it doesn't make sense,
Give me 5 minutes, I'll be back. Like just be cool.
I'm gonna Dr. Phil this for you, Douglas. Now, would this have happened if you were there?
Probably not.
All right, I think you should emphasize that with Alex, and
No.
it'll help smooth the entire thing over. And then come on the show and talk about it. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
I follow a Facebook
I say
group
probably not,
that's
but
made for this.
but it probably could have actually. Actually, it could. I don't
I'm
know.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't want you. I don't want you.
And you never will know, so there's no point.
Let's put it this way: if we were together, we definitely would not have been there because we were planning to do something else.
So what he did is he put all the eggs in one basket where you would have diversified the eggs, and this would have probably would have never happened. And so you need to talk to him about this and on this show next
God,
Tuesday. We'll be right back, everybody.
That is too good. So yeah, but like you said, when I know enough that when someone has an accident, that right. Expecting rational right off the bat, or were they like within the first 48 hours, is probably not where you're going to. So, but for like I said, the person that's at home, it's a little, okay. What is the current mood?
Taking the temperature constantly.
Sometimes it's a little snippy.
You gotta probe that steak, baby, and find out what the temperature is. Yeah.
So I'm in the phase where I've had to say a couple of times, I am not the enemy.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, this is normal, and so I know that. But yeah, he's. But ultimately, physically, everybody seems to be okay,
Good.
which is the most important part.
Absolutely.
The rest we can all deal with, but right now, there's
raw.
He's fixated on one thing that he really wants his way. That it's not going to happen, right? But the way that things work, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
You could lead a horse to water or a warehouse, but you can't make him type out a soliloquy about it.
He wanted to
That's
do
helpful.
something. Yes, he wanted to do something after, and he was told he could not do that, and he found out from the insurance company that he could have. So now he feels that he was lied to.
He lost out. Yeah, I get it.
So that's the thing.
This used to be the industry I worked in, by the way. If it has anything to do with an automobile, that's what I used to do. So if you do need any guidance off the air, call me tomorrow and I can try and help if you want. But I'm sorry that is how your long weekend is going to go, but I really do hope that you
But
guys find something to
regardless, whether we are able to make it or not, we are going to have a lovely long weekend.
Of course you will.
You are.
I know who you are.
I will.
You'll make it a lovely long
because
weekend.
In this case, right? When someone falls down, you pick up the baton and you run that leg of the relay.
And that's it.
So,
and you carry them on your shoulder, and we're going to have a great time. It's not the intended route that we were going to take, but you know what? It's still going to be great. You know why? Because I'm with you.
Exactly.
And when you and I are together, that's all that matters.
And he's my boo.
See?
And I love him.
He's a good guy. And he loves you.
Guy. Yes, but
and he's lucky to have you.
Yeah, but this is not like just the renovation
Don't
to
get
the house.
yourself in trouble here.
No. The renovation to the house, the siding, the whole thing that's been like going on like for about 2 months. Actually we reserved the people last October, and it's finally finished today. So it's like,
oh shit!
And this has been like on his mind. Like, I just want to get done like this. It's finally finished, and the evening before it is finished, new fucking problem.
Yeah, but you know what? This should at least try and somewhat soothe that, right? Like, come on, this is good timing.
It is. It somewhat soothes it because it is very beautiful. They did a great job. But give the
let him have this.
January 2nd. Yes, exactly. In January, like July 2nd, he starts teaching a new class.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, the whole plan was the house was going to be done.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to go for that one day barbecue fun because he was going to finish preparing his class. Spent all the whole day on the phone like this, or trying to like do something with the anger like this. And at the same time, because the house is done, I'm guessing that this was going on, but there has been some like industrial caulking that was put along the base for the water, and it appears that has fumes. So the whole house smells like a felt marker.
Oh, fuck.
Very, 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 very intense felt marker. I looked it up on the web. Apparently, it is not toxic. It's just supposedly really annoying.
That's
if
too
there's
bad.
anybody that knows better, let us know.
Not toxic, but if it could you make you a little high and get you like off in La La Land a bit, maybe it would help. But
about 2 hours, about an hour and a half after they did it, I guess I actually had to, like, we were opening the windows, but I actually had to get out of the house. My eyes were burning.
Oh shit. That sounds toxic to me. I don't care what they say. Just so you know. Anything that makes my eyes burn.
It would seem to me. So it's like all the windows are like blasted open. But yeah, it's I was like, whoo. That's powerful.
I'm sorry.
It's like, and I went out this evening to go play tennis. And I was like breathing fresh air, and then I came back, and it's like, okay, we've had all the windows open like for about like an hour and a half. It should be walked in. Whoa.
Still there?
No go.
Damn.
She's clinging.
Apparently, it could stick around for 48 hours.
Okay, well, yeah, and it'd be nice to get the.
So it would have been nice to get out of the house and go away and spend the night somewhere else.
I told my beaver sweetie, it says, you know what? If we can't go there, we can still go to Ottawa. Says, how do we get there? There are buses to Ottawa.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be a great party.
Buses or trains to where it is. We would go to that party.
Yeah, it's a good party.
It's a great party, and no fumes.
And just enjoy yourselves. Forget the shit. You can come back to it on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then you have all day Monday to worry about it because you're off anyway.
Yep.
Are you guys doing a show Monday, by the way?
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that. Canada Day, True North Eager Beaver podcast.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Are you doing it at 7 or are you going to like sleep in a little bit?
That's a good question.
That is a good question, isn't it? Yeah, you guys should talk about this because you know what? It is a holiday. So I don't know if
the night before could be a little busy.
And I'm not going to be up at 7 on Monday, I hope. My job might make me get up, but if I'm up at like 9, I would totally love to turn that show on and listen to it. And yeah, I might, you know what? I'm home. Maybe I'll even jump in and say hi. We'll have a Canada Day brouhaha.
Cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can ask. I can ask about.
Either way, let's talk about it.
That might be a good idea to not. I don't know what Mr. Grizzly's plans are.
Yeah, just for the live ratings. I'm always about the ratings, baby. I'm always about the clicks. Let's talk about the clicks. No, I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are actually doing a show. That's really fun. I'm good. I hope that doesn't impede on your entire weekend. I get it. It fucking sucks, but you'll get through it. I'm sure you're gonna have a great time. I'm sure he's gonna turn around at one point, breathe a bit of a sigh, and say, "This is nice." Whatever you're doing. Because I know you.
You'll make it nice.
You're going to make it nice.
There are, and there are certain things that only time can do.
Exactly.
That's true.
Like this. It's like, get over it, work through it, get up. It's like, no, you got to
process.
You got to work through it. So,
anything else you want to plug before we go, everybody?
Just happy Canada Day weekend, everybody. I hope that everybody has a safe and fabulous weekend. Do so.
Canada
Douglas?
Day. Well, nothing, I think, specifically to plug, just, our show, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:05 usually, typically, because sometimes there's always a little tech thing to jiggle around before we start.
Of course.
We do analysis and commentary on Canadian politics, principally.
Hell yeah, you do.
Where are you in the ratings now? Again, I'm a horror when it comes to this stuff, and I know you guys are doing it incredibly well. Where are you in the Canadian politics podcast ratings now?
Oh, with the feed spot, we were at 3, we went down to 4, we're back at 3 again the last time we checked.
Number 3, you're in the top 5. I'm so proud of you.
It's Power and Politics. Power and Politics, The Bridge with Peter Mansbridge, Us, then At Issue.
That's amazing. I am so fucking glad.
That's so weird. I don't know how that happened.
I do.
Like this, and our YouTube page has exploded, as Linda says. We're closing in on 4,000 subscribers.
Love
nice.
it. Love it.
Congratulations.
We hit 1,000 and it just went boom. Because for some reason it doesn't seem that we're getting more views on each video though. So I'm not exactly
we're doing some weird. Yeah, we're noticing some weird things on ours as well. As you can probably, I don't know if you can see the viewer count on it tonight. Like normally we're at like 300 or 400 at this point watching live, and it's absolutely diminished. And I think it's got something I don't know if it's got something to do with us. We had a copyright ding on YouTube last time we did a show. And they hate us on X because of who we are. So I'm wondering if we're getting shadow banned or something. I don't know what's going on.
I know that YouTube sometimes when the live thing, they wait and the live count does go up because they have a verification process to verify if these were actual
viewers,
actual viewers. So there's a way so some of those show up later.
Which I'm fine. I'm fine with that because all of our stuff comes afterwards on the audio anyway, and that's why Ashley and I are coming up with 2 new concepts for 2 new shows that are coming out this summer. One is her and I, one is her and her brother, which are going to be absolutely fantastic. I haven't even really teased them much. They're still kind of in development, but they are well underway. So stay tuned. We're going to have that, and it's coming. We're coming back. I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do the video thing anymore. I like the audio. I've always been a radio guy, so I want to do the audio
thing.
That's
I liked about ours too when we started. The thing I like about the video is you get the interactive chat.
The live is nice, yes.
Right? But
that's about the only thing we do.
I started off as just a written blog. I mean, that was like for about 10 years. There was no picture of my face.
Blogs and comments. Yeah, 100%.
Nobody knew what my voice was like. Yes, and then we started this, and it was like about once a week. And we tried to do it as professional and polished as possible, right? No stammering. We would cut them out like this. We would do all the edits. We would polish. We had light music between the sections. Everything was scripted beforehand, except for the parts where like I would script something like this, and Mr. Grizzly would read the quotes. I would read the other stuff, and then every now and then, like in the scripts, okay, now we banter, right?
Yeah,
like this. So there was a part that was a free form and scripted, and it's a different thing than what we have now because we're producing 5 days a week, and I can't write 5 full scripts.
Oh no, it's got to be off the cuff.
I have life,
but you've got legs now.
I have notes. I have sections.
You've got your legs. You know how to vamp. It's all improv, man. That's what we do.
It's Not so. I don't try to vamp too much. The only time I'm trying to vamp every now and then is when I'm trying to draw a file and bring it up,
right?
Sometime, and I'm looking for something. But I really like to try to keep it flowing, and I'm really trying to work this year on trying to remove the ums and the ahs, which is so damn hard.
But at the same time, it's so natural. It is
Yes,
so natural.
it is natural, but it's like see, I just did it.
And I loved it.
It's like, especially when you're on the politics one, is that I'm trying so hard to not make my mind go faster than, or my mouth go faster than my mind.
Right.
Right. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm being as precise with my words. So I'm talking sometimes like this, and I come, and then every now and then I get into a roll, and then I'm coming back, and you can always see when my wheels are turning, that I'm like trying to figure out how to formulate this.
Yeah.
So I liked it when I was listening to the other ones, because I had it had as close to that radio vibe that you could get. And it was like, and that was the thing that we wanted to do at first, because we had no audience, and we were hoping that advertisers would come. We were hoping that the more we sounded and looked like something that had been on the air for like 5 or 6 years already,
right,
that would be the easier for us. So these were deliberate choices that we made at that time. But this is completely different. Like when Paul turned around and says, we have to do YouTube now, and it was like, all I could hear in my head is the music from the shower scene in Psycho.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's like, I'm already doing voice. Face, man? Because look at the world we're in. We're asking for it.
Yeah. 100%. We're getting 100%. Dude, I had people writing articles about me when I was co-hosting Dean Blundell. And it was,
right?
it was, I get it. And when you're not built that way, at first it's like,
you know why I do stage acting?
It's because there is no feedback.
No, there is after the show.
After the show, yeah.
But I'm not, how do you put it? I don't remember the last time I've gone to audition for something, film or TV, in Toronto. I think I must have been it must have been like 30 years ago, whatnot. So I had one tiny little taste of celebrity once in my life for about a year and a half or two. And it was like, and this is like literally celebrity in a subculture of a subculture of a subculture. And there was jealousy. It's like, nobody's giving me like free cars. Nobody's got
to pee so bad.
Run. It's like, nobody's giving me free cars. Nobody's paying my rent. Nobody, it's just, you happen to be known for a little bit, and already people are trying to cause trouble.
I know.
I've said like, what? And I'm the type of person, like, for when I go for a play, I never go audition for a play if I'm not prepared to take the part if it's offered.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Right? So I also don't ask questions I'm not ready for an answer to. So I don't go to auditions for things that could lead to me being famous, even though I would love to do a Titanic or a Star Wars like this, those it would be great to be Ryan Gosling and be able to do a Barbie movie.
It'd be amazing.
That's freaking fantastic. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that as an actor? But then there's all the other stuff that comes with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a nightmare.
It's right. And I'm not sure I'm built for that, because number one, I get peopled out.
Yeah. Oh, same.
And so this thing here that we're doing, right, like in front of all these people, like there's like X number of videos on YouTube, all of them with me in it pretty much, save a few, which is really weird, of me saying a lot of things I think and I believe. I hope none of them can come back and bite me in the ass later.
Don't hope for that, because it's going to happen anyway. It doesn't matter.
But like in one way it's so weird because it's like there's this whole channel dedicated to what I think about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my mind is still blown that anybody other than like my closest friends or people around me, because they like me and they're indulging me and maybe I'm entertaining or interesting when I say it, wants to hear what I have to say about this stuff. Right? It's just one of those things, right? And I'm sure that it's with different types of art. You know, you make music, and it's like, oh, nobody's going to want to listen to this, and then you put it out there, and it connects with someone, right?
Yep.
100%.
Somebody's going to find it a value.
You know what? The minute you don't think that way is the minute I'm going to stop watching your show, and that's what makes your show so good, and that's why you are so good at what you do, is because you care, you give a shit, and you have that. And it does, you know, we talk about like we should empower ourselves, you know, you're doing the thing. At the same time, if you don't have a bit of self-doubt, you're going to get lazy. You're not going to do the thing. You know what I mean? And I think that's a driving motivation for what we do when it comes to content creation. And I think goes without saying that it's working. And yes, it's not good on our hearts sometimes, and it's not good on our psyche at times, but if we can keep it in check and we can keep that balance of self regulation and self auditing, I think we're doing a good thing. I think it's a good place to be.
Well said.
I think. Pardon?
I said well said.
Yes. I think the thing that's interesting about our show, because I'm learning this business, right, as we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is because we are a political show, specifically, so we do take sides. I really thought that by now we would have one advertiser. We have some founding sponsors that have given us some in-kind services to get us off the ground, and we'll forever be grateful. But we don't actually have an advertiser yet, and it's like number 3 political podcast in Canada. And, X number of viewers and whatnot. And that hasn't happened. So, and I'm guessing. Oh no! Oh, you got bopped.
She did.
He just punched me right in the face.
Roll that tape back. Oh. He's telling her he wants to go upstairs and go pee.
Oh,
so
she's been fucking with him the whole time he's been sitting here, and I'm sorry.
Keep him entertained.
No, that wasn't entertaining. You were teasing him, and he got you finally. Is what happened. And she always does this. She always does this. I can't believe he did that. It's like, well, it's maybe if you left him alone.
Oh, I can't believe he did it. Don't worry.
All right. That said, I need to go. It's enough. Enough talking. Okay, we're all done. Christ's sake, everybody. Jesus. Just kidding. I love you. And I'll see you Monday, hopefully. Let me know what time you guys are doing your show. And I hope maybe I or my lovely wife can pop in and wish you guys a happy Canada Day. If not, no big deal. Let us know on all of our social media. True Eager on...
At True Eager.
At True Eager, and on Twitter, and at Ryan Lindley, at Mrs. Lindley 2019, at James D. Fiore. For Blackballed Casual Friday, I'm Ryan Lindley. That was Ashley Lindley, down on the floor with the dog. This is Douglas Connors of the True North Eager Beaver podcast, and we are so glad that you were able to join us tonight. Thank you very much, and happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
And it's still true. It's still North. It's still strong. And it's still free.
And it's still beaverific.
And beaverific.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host for tonight's show.